Whatever. So again, howdy everyone watching, by the way. Sorry for the funny and chaotic nature of this, but hopefully we'll all be on the same page with this and like have good and funny discussion as this goes on. We can backtrack and elaborate more on Baiken. Jokes or not.
Character.
Wait,
You got
what?
7 seconds.
Oh, what's up?
Okay, never mind.
Wait.
I was telling Sal to pick a character. We're in a lobby, right? So,
Oh, pick character
Oh,
lobby.
that's what you meant.
Alright. Next character will be
I have to go get myself.
Charlotte.
yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, are we gonna like not? Are we gonna elaborate on Baiken in a non-meme way, or is it just self-explanatory?
I think
I think
for us in here,
obviously-
it's self-explanatory.
I think it's pretty obvious that people think she's the best. I think the debate right now is whether or not she should be by herself or with other characters.
Yeah.
I think she should be with other characters in S. That's my opinion. But
Yeah.
what do you guys want, right?
To be honest, with the way this list is going and how we're gonna be using these letters, personally, I think there's a couple other characters that should be in S with her also.
Like what? Like who? What? Explain that to me. Who?
Shizu.
Yeah, word. You need to explain who.
I
Shizu?
agree with Shizu.
Okay,
Kaz.
explain why.
Oh, I'm getting to it. I'm brainstorming.
It's tap. It's because of tap.
So,
Oh no,
yeah,
it's
in
not
my
for the tap.
opinion, the S tiers have specific mechanics or mechanical
Oh,
advantages.
Danny.
What the fuck was that, Ghost?
Not my
Finalization,
son.
right.
My son mashed my button twice. Damn, he cooked you.
Also, I
So
called
the
you
S tiers
Ghost
have-
because I just think all Ukyos are Ghost.
So the S tier's got like all the
Oh my
advantages.
god, that was supposed to. Oh.
Like,
If I were to sum it
mechanical
up, S tiers in a
advantages
game
and-
are usually like the definitive top tiers that have strong enough toolkits to the point where it's
Yeah, buddy.
blatant privilege. They have little to no weaknesses, little to no like actual struggle or problematic matchups, and
Yeah.
they have things that let them not have to worry about conventional things usually.
I agree.
Yeah, there's almost no flaws with it. Almost.
Baiken,
I think-
some people might think this sounds like out of pocket, but from the day Baiken was put in this game, she really seemed low-key copy-pasted from Rev. Not just in her toolkit, but
I don't know
also in
about that.
just her privilege compared to the rest of the cast. So,
So almost as well.
wait, what?
Oh no, I was just adding that point where she
Oh,
has
Kazuki?
like
The
hella
Japanese
advantage
have
as well.
Kazuki as the best character in the game. Yeah, best character in the game. I'm gonna
straight
ask
up?
when I go to Japan in June. I'm gonna ask what is it? Mazamaki? What's his name is? The Ukyo player. I'm gonna ask him why is that.
Well, if we were gonna sum up about Kaz too, Kaz after his buffs, he became honestly kind of ridiculously well-rounded.
And his hurt box is OD too. His hurt box.
Yeah.
His hurt
He's
box
very
is
privileged. I seen his hurt box. He's privileged.
Yeah, his hurt
But he's
box
not
is-
Baiken privileged. That's my
Yeah,
thing.
not quite
That's-
Baiken privilege, but Kazuki really is to the point where he is very flexible in how you can play him. You can play him like a Shodown
agree,
if you
yeah.
freaking wanted to.
I've
agree.
watched Thrusty play with him and just cook people with him. Like he just melts people
I
with
got
him.
the
The thing
Mind you,
about
mind you, Thrusty's playing casually, man. Just imagine if Thrusty was playing serious. It'd be a bad time for a lot of people.
the thing about Kaz is he gives a problem and then it just keeps getting worse the more you lose, right? Most characters like you're at least things reset, right? Between rounds and you have more time to farm rage or reset rage, but if you're in a bad situation, he's probably has more health buffer to get 3 meatballs, and now you're it doesn't matter if you play the rage game. It's the same thing as Shizu with tap. You can't run out his rage because he's just gonna charge 3 meatballs,
I
and
think
you're in a worse position.
I think looking at it as far as Kazuki and Baiken, they put you in checkmate situations that you almost can't get out of. I think that's what makes them really, really good, right? Especially during endgame. When you have 3 meatballs and Kazuki stacked on rage, there's almost no way to get out of it. His 2C is really good too. Another thing, his 2C is ridiculous.
UT is good.
My
See,
arguments against
see.
Shizu and Kazuki being on the same tier list as Baiken is. All the stuff you said is true, but Baiken is more privileged. To me,
Yeah,
you cannot have
that is
somebody more privileged on the same level.
But because
you can just put them in front.
You can. You absolutely can. Absolutely.
Nah.
You can.
Yeah.
Because the privilege is, the gap is there, right? So you said Kazuki is really good, right? The thing is, Baiken doesn't have to respect Kazuki. Baiken, him being a top tier, you're saying he's an S tier.
But now we're now
respect
now
that.
I think
we're
that
looking
matchup is 5-5, by the way.
No way, man.
Look how well Gongsun did. It's 5-5. Look, like, can you argue with me? He almost, if he didn't switch characters, it could have gone either way.
It's
But
almost
the thing is,
like
alright,
in order.
it's hard to put Dustin here, right? Because he made a tweet afterwards that he thinks Kazuki's not as good as he thought he was.
That's because he lost.
Oh.
Right after. Yeah, but that's what I'm getting at. So he's trying to use Dustin as an example. The thing is, Dustin himself wouldn't agree with that.
Well, you can be wrong about your own character.
But that's biased though, because if that's
it
what
is
would have
biased,
won, you would have gotten a different situation though.
but that's what I'm saying. There's bias in that, right? My thing, I'm looking at it just by characters, right? I'm not looking about how the character did in this matchup, specifically Dustin versus Scrub, which is what Scrub tried to use. My thing is, for all the stuff that Kazuki has, Baiken does not have to respect that character. The meatball game, she doesn't have to respect it. She can parry it and sweep him, and immediately he's in his grill and he's guessing. Same with Shizu. She doesn't have to respect any of these tools that are supposedly really good. That's my argument.
Now you're talking about matchups though. We're not
Okay,
talking about
yeah,
matchups.
hold on. Did you guys go into matchup discussion,
Yeah,
or were you guys talking about the
okay.
order?
Someone
But
did.
the thing is, the point I'm getting at is the tools, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the point I'm getting at. Not necessarily just matchup. It's the tools that the character has to force these supposed top tiers, supposed characters on the same tier, and just not respect them. Like, to me, there's no way you can have a character on the same tier when she doesn't have to respect those characters' game plans.
So you're saying
Really?
Baiken's to the point where she is on her own tier because she
She is
actually
on her
is
own
a cut
tier, but she
above
doesn't have to
those guys
respect
too.
anything. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Like, that's what I said. Like, to me, this is how I rank tier lists.
So then
It might be a
what? You
boomer way
would
of thinking.
you would put them like this? Is that what you would do?
Where does the Japs put Baiken at?
Dude,
I
don't
can
say
have
that.
them in 4.
Don't abbreviate Japan like that,
Why?
because it's racist. I don't know what to tell you. That's
it
a
really?
racist thing from, like, the Second World War, yes. People
Oh,
were
okay.
upset. So, let's not really before we go further.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So, actually, yeah. Where does Japan?
They had her in 4th. They had her in 4th.
Wait, Baiken fourth?
Yeah.
This lobby crashed
and
again.
A tier.
Scrub, don't play him again.
It's crashed. I don't know. I
It
can't.
crashed. It crashed. It crashed.
Okay, so for now, let's try and establish who the top tiers of the game are, and then we'll debate more on whether or not Baiken's separated from them.
Alright, in my opinion. Exactly.
Honestly, I would agree with this top.
With this so
In my
far,
opinion, yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the day, right? Even though Baiken is like arguably like ridiculous, Hibiki's damage output on WFT is insane.
Hibiki
Yeah, order
hits
the characters.
ridiculously
When it comes
hard.
to
Good lord.
order, then Baiken is like where she is. If we put them in order, then Baiken is where she's at right now.
If it's an order, it's Baiken, Hibiki, Shizu, Kazuki.
Oh, y'all put Hibiki?
Yeah, in my
Second.
opinion. In my opinion.
Yeah.
She loses to zoners.
Yeah, the main reason I
damage is-
feel like Hibiki's
the damage is
behind is
insane.
because she's not as well rounded as Kazuki and Shizu.
No, she's not. Exactly. Both Kazuki and Shizu can deal with zoners and play the air game. She cannot. She cannot do either of those. She can play neutral really good, but she cannot beat these characters in long range or in the air. There's no
I
way she's
know.
better than those characters.
You have to rely on,
Shizu's
just defense.
if you wanna go on that far, Shizu's heavy projectile umbrella is not very good.
do
Hibiki
you
can
mean
punish
not
him
very
before he
good?
even releases it.
Yeah, but
The same applies for Hibiki. You can punish her heavy slash before she releases it. It's basically a fireball, man.
that's because Shizu has a block safe fireball. He has a light umbrella is like block safe.
Yeah. Light umbrella's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, if we're gonna start talking about like zoning tools and what's quote unquote safe, it's gonna come up again when I talk about Cham Cham. That sometimes I feel like people hadn't realized the proper ranges that you should be using these tools and how good they are when you use them at the right ranges. But either way, just Shizu's toolkit is like a all-around solid toolkit. He has a DP, he has a fireball, he has an anti-zoning SSM, he has a float, which basically makes him negate
instant overhead.
like Eason scare.
Fly,
instant overhead.
Back hop, fly and flies, and you can combo into it too, because you can do fly and fly 6-6B into WFT, and it takes massive damage. Granted, only a select a few people in the community can do it. It's still OD.
Well, in my opinion, the two things that still make Shizu S despite the nerfs are tap. Level 5 tap and float. And float has not been changed since season 1, which was when he was like incomparably the best, right?
Yeah, Shizu still has a lot of his like privilege intact, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would go as far as say that Shizu is a little bit better than Kazuki.
Oh,
I mean,
I agree.
in better that.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
you know what? Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that either. The main question I have for y'all though is, would y'all include Nako in the S tier?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
No. There's too many flaws that you can print. There's too many flaws that you can point out that gets Nako like she doesn't. It's weird. She doesn't like those 4 characters put you in check situations that chances of you actually like winning is pretty slim.
So
They at least put you in like 6-4 or 7-3 situations where it's in their favor, right? I can name tons of like reasons why those 4 characters are where they are. Nako, unfortunately, does not put you in that.
So she's just barely a step below in terms of like.
I would if we were to do letters here, I would put Nako in like, at least A, easy.
I was honestly gonna have Nako be the gatekeeper of A if she wasn't gonna be an S tier. I feel like she's one of the gatekeepers.
She does have the punish value.
You gotta
in the rage.
I think like the litmus test of this character in season 3 was when Destan was playing, but you also have to remember that the really fucked up thing about, other than the weapon flip, really fucked up thing about season 3 Nako was Kling, and Kling got nerfed, right? And now it's less
But did it
of
even?
like, a consistent
Wait, what did
issue.
they change to Kling again? She still does the same stuff.
No, you can hit Kling above the head easier.
Was that
Yeah,
it?
you can hit her. There is a bigger hurt box above Nako's head during Kling, so you can air to air her easily. More easily if you jump over her.
Well, you jump over her, but if she dives, you're still like trading at best.
Yeah, it's a mind game. It used to like be really hard to hit at all, but like now
But
if you have to read.
Okay. Well, because aside from that, like, part of why Nako is still up, like, somewhere up in the higher tiers in general, is just the rest of her toolkit. She still has some of the best frame data, the best punishes. She's one of the more squirrely characters in the game that honestly doesn't really have to play very committal. It's just that people love to throw out Nako Car all the time. And then Kling still lets her ignore Rage Explosion. No one's gonna E-send her well. I can say that.
Yeah, no one's gonna E-send her with Kling, but you can react to. I mean, granted, if she's no one's gonna E-send her when she's in Kling, but if she's low enough, you can still E-send her, and if she's high enough, you can react when she unclings.
You're gonna react and E-send her every time.
It doesn't have to be every time. It's reactable. It doesn't matter if a person has enough. If a person can see her when she unclings, you can E-send her immediately. I've done it to MCM all the time.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
And if she's too low, you can E-send her thing if she's too low. Like whatever the lowest value of her being there, that she can safely uncling, you can E-send it. The moment she gets too low, you can just E-send it.
All right. So either way, the point is, you guys, like, where do you measure her overall toolkit? Do you feel like she's at least an A tier character still?
She's really
I think
good.
I think she's high where you put her.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's A across the board.
Yeah.
Okay, so is the top tier established until we decide whether or not Baiken's gonna be separated? Is this good?
Yeah, sure.
I think
Yeah.
I think you can argue for Jubei too.
Oh,
His
Jubei
range
top
and
tier?
His confirmed.
Nah,
His range, his
Nah.
confirm, and his air-to-air game.
nah. I don't know about that, my friend.
I don't know.
Oh, yes, we can
Jubei's.
ask Maki. We can ask Maki here.
Hey, let's ask Maki. I don't think
Alright.
Maki deserves. I don't think Jubei deserves to be S, bro. That's A is probably
No.
where he deserves to be.
No, he's
Yeah, but that's
not
what I'm saying,
S. It is A, but I don't know about being like the second one. I mean, for sure, he's a strong character, but he has a lot of flaws that all the
Exactly.
characters
That's true.
can exploit.
Remember,
You want to elaborate on those
S-tier,
flaws?
S tier characters, their flaws are very minuscule, and I think a lot of these like S tier characters, all four of these are all attack based characters, right? Baiken, her mixed game is OD. Ibiki damage is OD, Kazuki's damage is OD, and so is Shizu with tap and everything, right? And then there's many other things that obviously establishes them being where they are. Jubei lacks a lot of those things.
Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely not ahead of Nako.
No, I agree with that. But my argument for him being on there in A is the range, but only 2 characters can contest him in range, and only like 2 characters can contest him in the air. He does like a fireball, and he lacks a real reversal, but no other character can confirm from full screen and corner carry. And
That's the
really good
thing,
in this
the mid screen, not just 5B by itself, because 5B has like, it's kind of fallible, right? Like the recovery is pretty big. You can low profile it. You can jump on it pretty easily. It's got an extended hurt box. But the biggest thing about 5B is not the 5B itself. It's the mid screen cancel. That's pretty
game. Yeah,
huge.
cancel. That's
The only
huge.
other
That's what I'm
characters with
getting at.
that are like
Most of these things
Baiken
powerful.
and
Baiken.
Mina, and those characters have like half the size. And Cham Cham. The other characters that can do that, they all have like half the size of Jubei's 5B.
Also, howdy, Cypher.
that's-
Yep,
that's what I'm getting.
Kaz is definitely an S tier character.
Kazuki does, yeah. Cypher doesn't agree with Kaz. He thinks Sogetsu is better than Kaz.
Well, he might be
I
asking
don't know about that one.
clarification. Well, okay, the thing about Jubei, I wouldn't say he's top tier, but I do agree that he's probably the definition of just strong, because he has such a honestly simple toolkit, but an extremely effective toolkit. He's low-key the fundies character of this game, because he really is like poke, fireball, and he has one of the most straightforward hit confirms in the game to go with his really good range. And yeah, like well, actually I forgot. Is his DP even frame 1?
I cannot say.
Who's?
So, no.
Jubei's
Jubei's.
the 623C, because it has
No,
invul, doesn't it?
No, it's not. Oh,
No,
it's
it
not.
doesn't. It doesn't have any involved.
I could have sworn it did. It doesn't at all.
No, they removed that. Otherwise, if it
Oh,
has
they removed
involved,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
you should be able to punish it on confirm with the rage explosion, and then on the fall down, you just season, which was what's
Yeah.
happening on season 1.
That happened on first season.
Yeah. Yeah. So they completely removed the invul on any. I guess all of the DPs they don't have any invul anymore. So yeah.
They
Okay.
definitely do.
That happened on
They
season
definitely do.
1 when I was playing against a few Jubeis. Like they go for like a 5B after a throw into an immediate DP. Just
Yeah,
rage
season
explodes in
1,
the middle of it.
Jubei and Shiki literally couldn't hit confirm without throwing their life away. Good times.
Yeah.
So yeah,
nowadays we
no.
got season 3, and Jubei's no longer involved.
Yeah, he in his. I forgot what I said the other day. His counter is frame 6, right?
His counter sucks too.
Yeah.
Sucks.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it's bad, man.
Yeah.
Lift it up. It's not bad.
Saying it sucks is
Hold on,
odd.
It's the 6th frame, and I mean, granted, if you want to compare it to other counters, there's way better counters in the game than his.
Wait, whose?
No, there isn't. Actually, we looked that up,
Yeah,
too.
we checked the frame data the other day. Like
Really?
everyone's counters are
This man
either
goes
4 to
fucking
6
capping.
frames.
So Baiken's counter is not. Is not?
Vikings is a
Vikings
4
is the
frame
best.
guard point.
Vikings
stance.
is the best. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
So it
Yeah, you're
sucks
saying
just because
other
it's not because
characters. You're
Vikings.
saying-
Well, Baiken.
Bro, but Baiken loses. Baiken has everybody's tools but better. She's the only character that gets away with it. Every other character has the same counter frame or slower than Jubei's. Come on, man. What happened?
Either way, having a 6-frame counter that does massive damage and also can be used against jump-ins, there's no way that's a bad tool. It's a tool that
It's pretty
has
bad.
use. How is it bad?
Man. Bro,
It's like
his counter takes the most damage.
his
The only one
counter.
that beats it is Hibiki,
Well-
and that's with weapon flip.
Well, why did Jubei not keep in mind, right? Most Jubeis don't just throw that out, right?
I thought they
'Cause,
don't
like,
throw it out because it's hard, because it has a,
Wait,
like a
no,
small...
yeah.
It's hard. It's hard, man.
The
You're gonna
Steam
get
You
That's
see
like
community,
bombs.
Hibiki throw it.
nah, the Steam community goes ham with that with Jubei encounters, bro. I don't know what the Steam community be mashing on a wake up, man. Especially
See,
when
now I'm hearing different
Well,
things.
listen. None of them showed up at Frosty and did anything. Right?
Yeah.
If you
Oh,
mess
yeah.
up a meaty, then that alone, you're taking a bunch of damage.
yeah, you're getting blown up by that, man. And
I
if
mean,
But that's the whole.
top
But
players
that's the
don't
whole point of a
screw
counter.
meaties.
That's the whole point of a counter, right? It's a risk. There's a risk in it.
Well,
Except
yeah,
if
that's
you're
what I'm
like-
saying. There's
But-
a utility to it. So that's why saying
Exactly.
it's bad is odd to me. But either way, like Jubei, I think we all know that Jubei's like general toolkit is just a very simple but strong toolkit. You can play this character just off of fundies
Yeah.
alone and get good mileage.
Yes. Very simple, but the simple tools that he has are really, really good, man. Really good.
The more I look at the characters, the more I'll be like, we're about to have some heated stuff in like a few minutes.
Well, we are like we're over an hour. Well, actually, I've been live over an hour, but I don't know what time we actually started. But we barely even
started, like,
started, and
40
we're
minutes
already like getting into it. So this is great.
Oh boy.
The character I want to bring up next, though, because I feel like she's kind of like hit in Dragon Ball Fighters, where it was a character that everyone says is good, but no one plays. So I want to talk about Iroha.
I hope
Uh,
very, very good. Just underutilized.
Is Iroha like genuinely like in the upper A tier?
This is
I
a pretty
think-
tough question for sure.
If she's
I do.
not, if she's
I don't-
not high mid, she's like straddling the line between high mid and like. I think there's a high mid and a high mid, and I think she's straddling the line.
So would
Between
she
those
be
tiers.
like the
Between the A
bottom
and B.
end of A tier?
Nah, I feel like
no, I don't think so,
Nah.
man. She has face specials, double jump, a good jump C, a good like standing C. There's no way. I just don't think people have used it properly yet. Nobody's really explored the character, and this,
Well, the
this
thing
applies to
about-
many characters on this, right?
The thing about using her properly, like I've said before, the way that I described that me and Guzman play Iroha is like part of why I gravitated to her is I play her more like a Shodo, to be honest.
Yeah.
You can fireball, you can Hadouken, sure you can, and also just be really hit and run and like just annoying with her movement. But Guzman honestly played her more like Cammy, like bobbing and weaving,
Mix.
being
Yeah,
ambiguous with
mix.
movement, rushing you down, which you can, but at the same time, the thing about her movement, it's like her biggest strength and her biggest weakness at the same time, because she can be ambiguous with aerial movement, but the moment she has a life deficit, I'd consider her one of the hardest characters to actually rush someone down, because she can't run at you.
you would have to make your opponent really scared of you for you to come back. You'd
Yeah.
have to do something that's like, oh, wow, what is this?
She can actually walk you down with fireballs, man. They're safe. Even if
She
you JD them,
really
you don't get
can.
anything off of it.
That's I
Yeah.
Her fireballs are like plus, but again, she can't run at you. She has to like hippity
Right,
hop
yeah,
behind
so-
them.
But that doesn't mean that's not the way. I'm not asking you to run them down. I'm saying you can walk somebody down with a good
But-
fireball.
So you have to think about it, right? When she throws fireballs, if the person JDs them, space is not being taken up. She's throwing a fireball. You have to look at it from like a spatial awareness thing. She throws
yeah,
the
but again-
fireball, they JD it. I mean, think about it. If she throws a fireball at Ukyo, he's reflecting it. She's not going anywhere, right? She's straight up running into her own fireballs. So has to dodge it.
That depends on which one she throws. That's the thing about her. She has multiple fireballs that she can
Well,
throw.
slow
difference.
one,
If
fast
she-
one, in between
Fast
one.
one, it makes no difference, right? It can be, they can all be reflected, and if she does it in the air, I can just JD it, and then now when she comes down, I'm gonna blast her when she gets out, and now, you know, like it's not.
Nah, again, man, I just don't think people have properly used it yet. If you're thinking about it like a Shodos can walk you down with fireballs, man.
Yeah, like I get what you're saying, where it's the thing where her fireballs, they have slow startup, but they're safer on recovery and they give her plus frames. And that's if the opponent is afraid and lets her approach, pretty much. But the thing about
exactly
her
what I just finished saying.
the thing about her approaching is, again, her awkward movement compared to everyone else in the game. She's hippity hopping around, or she's committing to the sky, which some characters I still think actually do a good job of policing the sky against her.
And
So it's very
you have
awkward.
to look at it. You have to look at it too, right? The time it takes for her to actually try to get in. Let's say the time is ticking down. The time it takes for her to try to get in is you lost.
Yeah,
right?
doing 3 forward dashes with her, like, I'm pretty sure most characters in the game can run that same distance faster than
I can think of 6 characters in my head that can keep her from getting to the opponent within 10 seconds. Right? If she had 10 seconds left on the clock, she's done. She can't keep up. She can't get space. She's jumping around. And she's practically, you lost. It's you're done. You can hop around, but you're risking it now. You can do mash counter, hoping to get a whiff punch or something like this.
Yeah, like, her toolkit is honestly, I consider really good, but she's also just kind of awkward. Because she like plays different than everyone else, at least movement-wise.
I agree with her hopping around between A and B. Me personally, I think she's actually a B+, but
For
who am I to
now,
say
what
that?
I would want to do is I'd want to fill in A more and kind of have her be at the bottom, and then see if we move her up or down depending on who else we have in B. Does that
I
sound
was
okay?
gonna say for a character to be an A tier, like it's gonna have to be like a character that can still contest with S tier characters, but
There's the cut
they
below.
still got like a little bit bigger flaws in them. That's for sure.
Yeah. So then we can try and fill in more of A. Let me think. I'm tempted to get Sorrow to... Uh-oh. That stuff fell over. I'm tempted to get Sorrow heated with certain choices. Like Shiki, for example.
That was an A. That's it. No, you're high, man. Stop.
I would
Stop.
not put
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Stop.
I'm just kidding. Y'all
This
talk
man
about Haomaru real quick,
Okay,
and I'll be right back. Okay.
Let's explain what's bad about Shiki.
Yeah, go ahead and elaborate.
Me?
Yeah,
No cross up. Her best button is me. Her
no
best button is medium.
fuck?
Her best button is medium. She has no fucking cross up. Shut the hell up.
What do you mean?
She has no cross up.
She has no cross up. What do you fucking?
I can't say
She
that
has no
Shiki
cross up.
JC
What does that
is.
mean? Why do you say that?
let him talk. Let's do one at a time.
Bro, a cross up to me is a box that can actually hit you properly and get you something. Hers is so tiny that it doesn't hit deep. For you to hit that shit deep, you gotta go extra, man. Extra. And you're not gonna land it. She has no fucking cross up, man. Her jump C is an air to air.
But you
I can pull up
cross
the
up.
fucking hitbox right now. I can pull this shit up right now. And
I'm
no
gonna-
other
I'm
character.
in training mode,
is
so I'm
fucked up ever.
gonna see. But the
Look,
value of a
yeah.
cross up in this game is not the mix up. The value of a cross up is that it protects you from cross under anti-airs. Right. So any character with a cross up is like benefits from that. Also, there's harder cross ups to hit than Shiki's. Mina's is harder to hit. Baiken's is harder to hit.
You don't need a cross up with a Baiken. You got jump C. Her jump C is fucking disjointed. Like, why would you try to cross up with this character
No,
when you can
because
just jump C?
Okay, so if you jump over someone's head, now they're gonna cross under you. Except if you have a cross up.
Again, the disjoint on her jump C is so good that it's risky to try to do that.
No, it
You
isn't.
can pull it up on the debugger. Pull it up on the debugger. It's very
I'm not-
disjointed, scrub.
I
It's
have to
really,
load
really
up the Steam
disjointed.
thing. I don't want to do that.
It's super disjointed. I think it's the most disjointed jump C in the game. It's very risky to do
Oh.
that, man. Super risky.
No, because you're supposed to use it. You're supposed to use a disjointed high to cross under, right? Like my 5B or like Kazuki 66C, right? You don't use something with a hurt box extension because you'll trade, right? And it doesn't matter like how good a button that doesn't cross up is if it doesn't. It has to cross up, or if you have like a grounded, disjointing cross under, you're gonna anti-air them every time, right? That's the value of a cross up. And I don't know what you're talking about because I'm landing this cross up just
Yeah, but
fine.
hers hasn't. Her has, but again, you're trying to say that. But her cross up has almost no disjoint. You can slap her out of it really easily. That's what I'm getting at. She has no way to jump in or jump C. She doesn't have it, man. Like it's an airway. It's an airway.
I agree that her jump game is actually pretty lacking, but she's supposed to be like. She's clearly supposed to be like a grounded movement character, right? She's supposed to like dash a lot, right?
Okay, but even in dashing, her dash A is like her best button.
Yeah.
Standing medium is her best button. Everything else is not good, man. Everything else that she has, other characters can do way better than her. So why would you pick her intentionally?
The 2G and her 2A is really good.
Yeah, but other characters can do the same or better. So why would you pick her and then have a problem in the air? You're intentionally handicapping yourself by picking this character. There's way better characters that can do everything she can do. Far, far better. With less negative side effects of picking her, man. Better air tools. Better ground. Like, why would you pick her, man?
Never mind.
To me, that's a low tier character. If you're picking this character, you are handicapping yourself because there's other characters that do everything she can way better than her.
Wait,
If you pick her, you're intentionally trying to lose, bro.
Look at that's an exaggeration. She's not that bad. There's way worse characters than Shiki.
If this is about
There's way worse
Shiki, it is definitely an
characters.
exaggeration, bro.
She's
not low tier. I don't know if she's high mid, but she's not low tier.
She's low, man.
How is she low?
She's easily low tier.
How is she worse than?
Bro, there's no character that's... Name a character that is worse than her.
Cham Cham.
Name.
Wu.
Cham Cham. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You put your saying right here. He's thinking about moving her up.
No.
It's more than that, man.
I can say like a few, possibly like one or two good things about Shiki. Like for one, like if someone would like to jump on her, I probably wouldn't recommend it, but her DP.
She
That's
has
another
a
guy,
universal anti-air DP. Like
most
her
pixies-
toolkit is basically it has a basic decent toolkit to function. She has a DP. She has quick pokes. She has baked-in mix that you can condition with. Like there's enough there for her to not be dysfunctional.
Okay, all the stuff you
Definitely
named,
not A.
how Maru could do that better.
Why would
No,
not a high
what?
movement close range pixie? Shiki is a no other character. No other character like this. That's like characters that are like Shiki's archetype generally do not have DPs, and Shiki has one. Right, that's a big deal. Most characters do not have an invincible DP in the game. Only like a third of the cast does. Right, I think that matters a lot. Right.
Let's see. So Hamo has one.
Doesn't Genjuro have one?
Yeah, but he's
Genjuro,
not.
wow.
He's a mid-range character. He's not like a high damage.
Yeah, how and
aggressive.
Genjuro are
has one.
Shodo-esque.
Rushdown character.
Doesn't she do that one?
He is a rushdown character with a
Yeah,
with a
she
reverse-
has one, but he's supposed to be like a glass cannon. Like
There's also Kazuya.
but she's a glass cannon too.
It'll be fireball.
Again,
No.
everything she can do, she can do better.
she's just supposed to be like an Akuma type character. So he like that's what the higher damage and stuff.
Yeah, but everything
Also, yeah,
she
we
can
agreed,
do,
we
she can do
agreed.
far better.
We agreed Shizu is S. I think Shizu's better than Shiki, but Shiki's not a low tier character.
Honestly, I would keep
Okay, like-
Shiki in B, at least, like, actually, no,
Yeah.
like, just in general, like, there's no way Shiki
She
is,
belongs
like,
in
bottom
B.
tier.
That's
She's
belongs
not
in
dysfunctional. This isn't season 1 Shiki.
Let's keep going through the tier list so we can figure out where she belongs.
Let me think. I'm gonna put several characters in A tier, and then y'all can address them. Oh wait, did you guys talk about How already?
No, we didn't. You just put them
Talk
up
about
there.
How first.
yeah, I think that's a good. I think I was consistently like a high mid tier.
Yeah. Man, it's hard as hell. Good DP.
He is a
Good
pro
running
tech.
attacks.
He's really complete and really strong at a specific thing, but he has just enough exploitable stuff to knock him down from the top 5.
Yeah, pretty much like Solid says, good DP, good one-ins, good
Fireball.
Yeah, he has a bit of
Yeah.
everything.
Pretty nice fight, but
Yeah.
very good punishable value, especially if he's got WSP.
Yeah.
And he hits
Yeah,
hard.
hell yeah. You can even use it as an anti-air. It's really
Yeah.
good.
So honestly, that's kind of
also
straightforward.
contest with like
Uh,
I say like one or two SJ characters.
I put him above Nako.
Above Nako. Yeah, he's honestly
Put them
well.
about the same, but it doesn't really
He's
matter.
trophy.
We can elaborate on it later, but he is pretty well rounded, like by design.
Yeah. Right now, the rest of the tiers are like, pretty much in random order. But yeah,
Oh, I forgot. How can I talk about the borderline of A tiers? I'm talking about Mina. Mina's still honestly on the border to me.
Yeah, Mina's
I
high
have
mid
not
for
played
sure.
it. I have not played against enough Minas on
She's
Scrub.
she's
Here
a
and there.
zoner that does not struggle like a zoner at all.
her 5B is pretty good.
The really busted things about season 2 Mina was that like everything she had was amazing. Like she could her zoning was incredible because of the frame data. Her rush down is really good, and she has like some of the best mid range. The only flaw was her damage is a little low, right? The only thing that what they've done in season 3 is that because of the nerf to her arrow dock and like a full screen zoning war, Mina will lose out in a full screen zoning war against the best zoners. Because if you just keep trying to compete with level 0s and not try to guess a way around with like hop arrows, she's gonna not be able to compete just at the full screen range against the characters like Kazuki,
Well,
Amakusa, the other
even
committed high tier
Amakusa,
zoners.
I think she can hang with his zoning.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is she should be like mid-range at the range of her. She gets the most effective value at the range of her 5B and her 6-6B. That's where she becomes really hard to deal with. Mina's like 6-6B is a huge deal. That thing is absolutely busting. Like it's semi-safe. It's half the screen and you can't deflect it, so you can just chase people around all day and strike throw and cross under. She's got super low commitment, like 6-6A. She gets really good conversion, like better than most characters. Like she gets a cancel conversion of her 5B at any distance and her 6-6A at any distance. She has really deep jumping hurt boxes that cover a lot of point range airspace, so you can catch jump outs and stuff.
599 JC.
Yeah, like her she has like a Darli, JC, her JB hits jump outs and people jumps above her head. She has like a Rimu jumping kick, right? It's really hard to stuff, and then you can make people block it at low height and start block plus pressure. She has the JA to stuff air-to-air exchanges, and then you're really plus off the air reset. She's like really oppressive from the what? Are you laughing at me?
You might be laughing at the freaking flunktastic copy pasta.
Oh, okay.
But again,
Well,
she's
like
a zoner that doesn't struggle like a zoner because her buttons are so
Yeah.
freaking good.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Despite the nerfs are just to like basically the zoning, and the only thing they made 2B less belligerent. But other than that, she's the same character, and like the really busted stuff is all the same. She just has
Yeah.
a flaw now, right? That's why I think she's high mid.
So honestly,
That's
order-wise,
my thesis.
order-wise, I might keep her there unless we find some other stuff later on that shifts things around. Mina's really freaking good.
Yeah.
Very decent.
But I guess since we mentioned Amakusa, I'm curious where people want to put him, because I'm glad we're finally moving out of downplaying this character, because high-key, this character never should have been downplayed. I'll say that.
Japan
Yeah,
downplayed the
wholeheartedly.
crap out of that character.
This character
Well-
never should have been downplayed, and then he
I
got
don't know,
buffed.
I honestly don't think Amakusa is. I think Amakusa is B.
You put him in B?
About B. Yeah, B.
I
I think he's B. C plus, easy.
Yeah, he might. I
think-
feel like he might be in a border situation like Iroha
Yeah,
because
You know, so,
Amakusa.
again, once we get to finishing that, we can add like an A minus if we need to. If they're in the border.
No. He's not A, man. He's not A. Don't even think about it.
Not even A
Like,
minus.
yeah, I think that's I think. So remember when I said there's a high mid and a high mid? I think Amakusa's high mid, not high mid.
So should we add an A minus for Iroha and Amakusa?
Well,
No,
whatever, later.
Yes.
I don't know, man. Amakusa does not deserve to be in any form of A at all, actually.
He really like all the
think-
weaknesses
I
that
think-
people said
yeah.
that he has. They like aren't really as prominent as people made them out to be. He's
Yeah, very few characters can punish his mix-up, man. Very, very, very few.
he's a
Yeah, if your
zoner
meaties are actually-
with good
if your
buttons.
meaties- Here's the thing, right? A lot of people's like setups aren't optimal. Like I even when like because we don't have that many people playing, right? Even when I was trying to lap stuff, I don't even have my setups optimal. And the thing where Amakusa really shines is the corner.
Yeah,
When you
I
can't
agree.
roll out of
Yeah.
can't roll out of heavy,
Yeah.
meaty heavy, right? Then the fun really starts, right?
But
But a lot of people aren't.
the corner is where, because then he also has his command grabs, right? Now he has like max range command grabs, and he has access to both his command grabs, which ultimately puts you inside of a checkmate situation. Because if you roll forward, then he command grabs you, and if you stay in the corner, he can command grab you still.
What do you mean
Like
command
command
grab?
grab.
He doesn't have command grabs.
Wait,
the
you
hit
mean
grabs,
Nyx?
sorry.
The hit grab.
Yeah.
Hit grabs.
Okay.
Oh
the hit
yeah,
grabs.
well, like just looking at his base toolkit, he has honestly pretty darn good buttons. When people
But his
show the
buttons are
character,
slow,
Really good
right? His buttons are
But
good, but they're
buttons are
slow. His buttons are
well,
slow.
they're not even that like even his 5A and 2A are not that slow.
Yes, 5A. Yeah, they're not
Right.
slow, and you can't punish them either.
I was gonna
Yeah,
add
but
that
yeah,
too,
they're
but-
actually
and they get
5A,
range.
2A. Here's the
And they
thing,
get
right?
range.
If you're a good player, you won't just kill yourself with 2B, right? His actual like centerpiece buttons are 5A and 2A.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna add
he
the
has
website about that,
surprisingly
hell yeah.
good quick pokes. He has mix that I genuinely didn't expect a zoner like him to have.
Yeah.
People can try to deflect him from half screen. Okay, then what?
Yeah. He can also sweep you from half screen too. Keep that in mind. If you
Yeah.
gotta go
Yeah.
for the flex much.
Yeah,
Yeah, he can low you.
His toolkit
Oh,
is honestly really good.
to what Cyber said about in the corner, that's pretty much where like the mind / guessing game begin, because you can't really like move much if Amakusa is like hella patient. Like it just waits for you to like do something, he'll probably like kind of react to it.
But you can blow him up in the air though. If you jump at him, blow him up actually.
Wait,
His-
blow him
yeah,
up
Yeah,
with
you
what?
jump at him.
Yeah, you can
Probably
jump,
react to his
it's easier
JC.
to it's easier to jump at him because his jump is so floaty that the moment he lifts off, you can just react to the jump. But
Uh,
characters like Shizu and stuff, right? Blow him up.
Yeah. Yeah, but she's you can definitely blow him up for it.
If
She's
you're
like some other
close,
characters.
maybe. If
I'm
you're
not gonna
like
take him
mid-screen and he
close,
jumps
right,
at
JC.
you, you need
So,
to be
like,
careful how you jump at him.
So like the characters that like swing downwards, the moment he lifts off, you get clapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like Tam Tam. You know how Tam Tam can hit you rising off the ground, right?
Yeah. Even if
Yeah.
you get hit, if you
Yeah.
get hit with it, you can still punish him, right? Same thing with Amakusa. Amakusa, his jump is really floaty and really slow, alright? So you can react. Even if you empty jump him, he lifts off. You just clap him right the moment he jumps.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Every character can like run under with and hit him with something, even if it's a 6-6A. And if it's just a 6-6A, now you get a plus reset, right?
The corner is scary, but if like for instance like Mina, Nako, Baiken, Shizu, those characters that can jump off the wall, right? Rimu, corner is not as scary.
True.
Because the moment they roll, so they stay in the corner, they don't roll forward, and then you just hold up, and then you just lift off.
What about the double jump?
Actually,
also,
then
like,
again,
you wanna, like,
Amakusa
Yashamaru?
can air anti-air you anyway.
And then Iroha just comes out the corner. It's not even a contest to that. Iroha just completely just jumps straight out the corner.
Actually,
Yeah,
Amakusa
Yashamaru
can
as well.
legit just stay grounded in 6-6A. Amakusa can surprisingly keep her out of the air, okay? I've been reconsidering that matchup lately.
You jump, you eat his DP. I mean, but his DP You can actually, so you can knock him out of his DP actually.
You
That's
have
great.
to air to air with something extremely quick, or else you're gonna at best case trade.
Right, and again,
Yeah.
in trade puts you in a good position, right? Because if you trade, he gets a knockdown. He gets knocked down.
Wait,
he
well,
gets
if
the
you trade with
knockdown, and
his
you get the reset.
DP, you get knocked down too. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get knocked down. Like, let's say you trade with Jump C. He gets resetted and you get knocked down. It doesn't matter because you're not in the corner anymore.
Uh-huh.
But now you roll forward, right? Now it's a guessing game on both parts. That's what I'm saying, right? Jumping out of the corner with those characters, Rimu, Shizu, Mina, right? Those characters that have double jumps, easier for them to jump out. Iroha straight up just flies, right? So does Yash.
Well,
Yash
again,
is-
I think Amakusas that are like patient and use his tools to air or anti-air properly, like, can actually keep people from hopping around, at least to some extent.
Yeah.
Like his 6-6A alone is a surprisingly good anti-air.
I think that one has to be spaced though.
Yeah, exactly. He still has a flaw, right? It doesn't matter how
He
many
does
you
have
try to-
flaws.
Yeah, like
No,
he's
when I'm talking
probably
about that
not like.
scenario, he still has a flaw, right? And it's still, you don't want to get caught. So the most optimal in the corner is that if he hits grab you, right, he mixes you. But if you jump, now he has to do his DP, which ultimately, a lot of those characters can just still come out the corner, right? Shizu can
No,
jump
but-
off the corner and do fly.
Actually, he can knee
Inazuma's
his
right, though.
mix
He-
also.
He can also
keep
jump
from
back C though. If you try to jump at him, he can also just jump back C. and
Yeah,
you'll
he
be
can
able to-
chill.
jump
He
back
can jump
C.
back.
Yeah,
He can
the
stay
fadeaway
ground
jump
at
back is really
6-6A. He can meaty his mix too.
I'm not gonna say I said that earlier.
The thing about JC is that the way JC works is that if you jump at a JC distance, there's no guess because Amakusa JC has no hurt box destroy. So if you're at the distance, you're just always gonna get hit. Like there's no mind game.
Yeah.
You can early JC, right, and stuff it. You're just always getting hit. And then he doesn't have to rely on his more situational anti-airs like his 6-6A.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
more
like how
that's
specific-
very good.
we're going through these layers of things. This is what my point of where his toolkit is potent enough to where when used properly, it's honestly pretty darn good. Which is why, as we fill things out later, I feel like him and Iroha might be
Yeah, we
in
can
the
start adding
middle
them to like
ground
A+,
case.
B- or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
still
in
think
order
he's just a B+ character, whatever.
Yeah, in order to get to that though, there's some other A or borderline characters that we probably need to talk about.
I sent you
Alfred.
the Japan tier list, by the way, B-boy.
Where?
Put it in
You
the
said-
general chat.
Oh, okay. Wait, general chat.
No, I'm in the chat and I just sent it. It says general. Welcome to general.
We talk about Galford.
Well, yeah, we can talk about Gal. I'm trying to find where. So,
Yeah.
where did you put it?
In the
Let me just
you
send
know
it to you.
where I was about to say on the Discord share screen or where you're sharing the screen right now, there's a show chat on the top
Yeah,
right.
yeah. There you go.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. Well, I get this. You guys go and talk about Galford because the first time I did my tier list, Royal Psycho slightly changed my opinion about Galford. But I'm curious what y'all
We got
have to
Tao
say
here.
about him. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
You should let Tom speak first. Yeah.
where do we originally put Galford at? It's
Well, you guys or me? Like,
Well,
what do y'all think about him?
personally, no downplay wise, I'll put Galford. This might be cap, but I'll say I'll put him like in the borderline of B and A.
Yeah, I agree.
So
be
he's
alright.
also the middle ground too?
He's
Yeah,
like
the middle ground.
he's
Like, I can
got
acknowledge
he's
his
really good,
flaws.
but he's got protracted flaws, right?
Yeah, like I can
Maybe I
acknowledge
should
his
just make this
flaws,
tier ahead
but
of time.
Yeah,
still-
that'd be plus.
He
That could be
still got
plus.
he still got some good stuff. Like he still got some pretty good WFT on the table.
Yeah.
That's one.
Very
Another one would be, his dog for that matter. Pretty much his dog. He's pretty much got like a good Ogi every single time where he gets a knockdown. He calls out the replica dog, they're pretty much like either forced to block, or if I mistimed it, then they can pretty much just like either one forward or backdash, and we're back into like his whole plasma blade scenario. Although even with the plasma blade, if he just throws it down like a neutral, then people can just jump it and then punish him for it. Unless you can float it like Amakusa.
Yeah, I was gonna say most characters.
Where would you put him,
definitely.
like, in regards to Amakusa and the other B+ characters that people would just put?
Oh, what's up?
Like,
So where would you put him in regards to the other 2 B+ characters that B-Boy put in the list?
Shoot. I put him above Amakusa, but as far as Iroha goes,
Because Galford honestly isn't as well rounded, but he is pretty darn good at what he does. He has the tools to mixturize you and play a little bit of an anti-zoning game.
That are an A-.
a bit of an anti-zone game. Thanks to dog. He does have a pretty nice command grab if if they were to like. Yeah, I just say he's got a pretty nice.
Well, yeah,
command
even
grab.
if you enforce his high-low, you open him up to throw. Like the layers are already there. They've been there since day one.
Yeah.
But I mean, order-wise, I don't know what y'all are feeling. But are y'all fine with this for now while we fill out other things?
Yeah.
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 Well,
I'll order.
In my
I'll probably
opinion,
worry about the order later with the other two.
in my opinion, Shiki should be with B+.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the reasons I was talking about. Right.
I disagree on that one.
I might have missed
Then
some of
let's
the
just keep moving.
reasons.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm only one guy, so.
Well, for me personally, when I play her and how I feel about her toolkit, I don't know if she's on par with these ones because she has her strengths and then one very big strength that you get to use once. But in terms of her overall toolkit, I don't know if it's the same.
It doesn't contest with
potency.
theirs. Yeah.
Like,
I've never
cause
seen-
Again,
Huh?
this is how I put my tier list. You're already comparing her tools, and you're seeing those characters, and you know those characters are better than her.
well,
To me,
I mean,
Why
that
is-
makes her beneath them.
Why is Galford better than Shiki?
I'm not a Galford expert. I'm talking
off the
about
top of my
B-Boy
head,
right
I
now.
would think in
He's-
terms of
he's-
potency.
I could say,
Potency.
yeah.
Because what Shiki does, she's a fast lady. She can poke you. She honestly also has a fairly straightforward hit confirm. It's just a bit more of a... You have to be a bit precise with your execution. And then a pretty darn good anti-zoning SSM. And her baked-in mix is a decent option, but I don't know if it's... I feel like you need a bit more conditioning to enforce Shiki's mix compared to... Honestly, between Shiki, Iroha, and Amakusa, well, between all these four, I think Shiki and Iroha kind of do more of the conditioning compared to these two, to be honest.
I would say when it comes to Shiki's anti-zoning SSM, that's if she can like catch people before the projectile hits her.
I like what Inazuma just said. He said that half of Shiki's value is just her SSM alone.
Yeah, the main reason I would
Actually-
keep Shiki here is because, I mean, even for me personally, she's like, going back to Lore Knight structure, she's kind of the definition of a counterpick character for me. Because of her toolkit. So I don't know. It would depend on how you value her toolkit. I don't feel like her mix... She has mix, but I don't feel like it's as potent as Galford and Amakusa.
Another thing with Galford is this may be silly, but just like Hanzo, he's got his 5D anti-air. He pretty much reset it with like any of his special moves. Say like Jubei, for example. But if we have characters like Baiken, Shizu, and mostly Mina as well, then if you try to 5D, then he'll get blown up for it. But characters like Jubei, if they try to jump at him, he can pretty much 5D
It's
into
the non-privileged jump-ins.
yeah, non-privileged jump in. He can pretty much just 5D into like a dog.
Yeah, you're put in a mixed situation off of that. For now, I kind of want to... Okay, well, this is taking my personal experience and bias into play here. But we can see if anyone wants to, like, dispute it now. I was going to leave her at the top of B for now. Until...
I told you, bro, she belongs at the bottom. That's where I fall on her.
She really does.
Oh, that's wrong.
That is incorrect, brother.
Oh man, you don't play Shiki. You barely play against Shiki.
If you want me, I'll do it.
I play Shiki. I played Shiki since season 1.
This man, look at this man's character. He's playing Baiken and he's playing Kazuki. You don't play Shiki, bro. What you mean?
I played Kazuki as of like a day ago. Thank you.
I want to hear that shit.
We'll
the
come
fact
back
that
to
even
Shiki.
B-boy, who's constantly trying to argue for her, just immediately said, you know what, Shiki's not as good as these other B+ characters. Says it all, man. I ain't have to say shit. He himself just
she's
like,
better
damn.
in the low tiers.
Damn.
Yeah,
These characters are better than her.
she's definitely not just like low tier, but I would leave her in top of B now.
As we keep going through the list, B-boy, watch. Your opinion will change. You're gonna be like, damn, she really worse than all these other characters. God damn.
Forbidden scripture.
Alright, so another thing when it comes to Galford, the way I look at the characters at the top, like Hibiki, that's a nope. Yeah,
that's a
like
bad matchup.
That's a
bad
like
matchup.
Genuinely
definite nope for Galford, that's for sure. Let's see, Baiken. You can probably like Baiken a little bit, but he can't really like punish Baiken for most of the stuff that she does. Shizamaru can pretty much, you know, Galford can pretty much fight Shizamaru.
Yoshi's an A.
Same for
100%. 100% Yoshi's an A.
Yeah,
Actually,
I've said this before. To me, I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I still think Bubba is the one person that like genuinely uses this character's toolkit 100%.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people still haven't realized that not only is his toolkit honestly pretty well-rounded, but you're rewarded for playing with his well-rounded toolkit with the best move in the game.
Good rewards.
Go ahead.
So the thing about Bubba is that he tends to kind of get himself killed, but
yeah, okay, Inazuma, listen, I was going to elaborate on that because Bubba is a very aggressive all-in player, but when Bubba chooses to slow down and like actually use all of Yoshi's specials, it's genuinely problematic. Like I mean that 100%. If you actually use, because think about it, Yoshi has a DP, he has a hit confirm, he's one of the only characters with guard point to utilize. He, like, honestly, like, I'm trying to think, like, I imagine some characters can deal with him jumping at you okay, but he still has, like, or notable jump-ins that you have to respect. He has a command grab. Just listing all these things, he has a very well-rounded toolkit, honestly.
7 swords in this game versus 5. 7 swords is completely viable, and you need to count swords, or you're going to lose.
Yeah, you definitely should be counting your swords.
It's a valid between round resource, just like Kazuki meatballs.
Yeah.
Also, like, as far as I feel about Yoshi, so the biggest thing about Yoshi is he's really unsafe, and if he has to respect people, it's hard because his nooch kind of sucks. But the thing about those flaws is that his payoff is so enormous that it almost doesn't even matter that much, right? Like all you need to do is whiff punish a single jab. Like you shouldn't like. I was watching Photo Catalyst, that's like the Japanese Yoshitora, and like Photo Catalyst does not land all the JC confirms, right? But Bubba does, like every time, right? You can't assume that every time you whiff a jab and it gets JC whiff punish that you're not gonna take the full combo, right? That has a lot of value.
Very much so.
Well, I mean, no, I'm just. Yeah, Full Catalyst is really good, but like, Baba is like similar.
Yeah, this is why
Right.
I'm saying that when with a Yoshi player, like the moment that they actually do properly slow down and like are strategic with their tool use, any interaction with Yoshi can genuinely hurt, and then you're put into a knockdown and you take high-low throw, which adds to his resource.
Yep.
Yoshi's like honestly nuts on paper. Why is Jubei? See, we have another person asking why is Jubei not in S.
I can pretty much explain it right then and there. Yeah.
Jubei is not.
Jubei's
That is
Jubei's definitely not S.
Yeah, we summed it up earlier that Jubei's toolkit is a very simple and potent one, but it's not quite like it's not in a tier of like genuine privilege like the S tiers.
Got flaws that's a bit bigger than the characters on S tier.
Also,
Exactly.
speaking of
Put-
which,
put it
Maki, you've been kind of
simple.
quiet. There we go.
If we put it simple, I mean, Jubei can contest with all of those ST characters, but he struggles with other characters that are not as high tier because of the flaws that he has naturally. So, yeah, it's not as privileged.
He has some
and
weird
He
matchups.
has, he has more exploitable weaknesses. So,
He's the he's the gatekeeper. Toss some of the S tiers, but then having random issues with others. Oh my god. But I think we summed up Yoshi pretty well. We should probably talk about this man of the hour, Soggy Boy.
I'm gonna be real.
I really wish.
I
we
think
would be able to-
Sog. I think Sog is not quite where people used to think. I think Sog is probably in the B plus.
He's
I agree.
another border.
Yeah,
Oh,
I agree
yeah.
with that too. Yeah, I agree. He's B.
It's got light pillar. It's pretty much upper body involved.
Freaking musketeer.
Freaking musketeer state. Fuck off.
Well, like the thing about
Yeah.
Sog is like his nooch actually is kind of mediocre. The only thing is that
Okay.
like he's one of those characters where the skill floor to make him really good is high, because if you can neutral meaty his 6-6C and make it block safe, he gains like enormously more value. Like when Lude was at his peak, and Anton FKA Lude,
bro.
the artist formerly known as Lude. When he
Oh, I
was at
still
his
call
peak
him
in
Lude.
the
Sorry.
when he was at his peak in the Parsec days, and he was like meaty 6-6-ing and neutral, that's like the greatest value of the character. But like if you can't do that,
I still don't like it.
his value drops off the cliff, because 5B is even with the cancels, right? A mediocre button is still mediocre if it's cancelable, right? It's just not better than other buttons. And 5B and 2B are both like mediocre, and the 2C is like a license to get murdered, right?
Is it?
So that's how I feel about him, right? I feel like
Pretty long.
if non-rage pillars were a little safer, he'd be better, but that's how I feel.
Well, because things that he does have commitment, but honestly, when it comes to his toolkit, in fact, it's funny that Saro was talking earlier about when comparing characters. Sogetsu's toolkit is honestly kind of similar to Wu's in terms of both space control and their game plan, and I'm glad Inazuma mentioned it, because I've said since the release of this character that Sogetsu is one of the characters that you are not supposed to roll forward against. You give him everything that he wants if you roll forward, but at the same time, just like with Wu, the moment you choose to not roll forward, you leave yourself susceptible to slowly getting pushed to the corner, and then things get harder. And like the value of his buttons, I mean, I wouldn't consider them like amazing buttons. They're decent pokes, but either way, there's some
his
value in
standing
his
medium
space
goes kind of
control.
far, man, and he can convert him into a weapon flip.
Yeah, I'd say they're like
That's
okay pokes. and on recoil, like, yeah, he has to commit to something, but I mean, any non-privileged character has to commit to something on recoil.
Yeah.
So I'd say there's definitely value in his toolkit. I don't think I would put him like in A tier, like Japan, or I forgot it. Does Japan put him in A tier or top tier?
Let's see.
Oh, A plus.
A
potato,
plus.
tomato.
He does have that light teleport, but even then.
In my
Yeah,
opinion,
like
he'd be
there's
top.
stuff to use here. So, but I would be fine leaving him on the borderline B plus. We can figure out order later on. And no, I wouldn't say Sogetsu is gimmicky. There's plenty there to enforce decent space control and condition people into dangerous situations.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with putting him here.
What about Charlotte?
Wait, who?
I will die on this hill.
Charlotte.
And Charlotte is almost exactly
Charlotte
the
goes-
same character.
Charlotte goes down.
No.
D.
God, this is
No.
another.
No.
Where's my son Loot, bro? I need my
Charlotte.
son Loot here.
Listen,
Help me.
no,
Only
just like with
things-
Shiki, Charlotte is not a bottom tier character.
Charlotte
She has
had
one of the
all
most-
this.
She has no hold on. She has no fucking disjoints. None at all.
No. Yes, she
None at all.
does.
What are you
No, she
talking
don't.
about?
None at
Yes,
all.
she does.
Pull up the debugger and tell me which one is a disjoint besides her fucking bayonet.
Do I
one.
need to
2B.
Pull it up.
actually? Is
Pull it
her
up.
is her
It's
frame
not
data
disjointed.
updated
For
yet?
5B and 2B.
They're not disjointed. It's a little speck. That's not.
Why
a
does it
true
need to be?
disjoint.
Why does it need to be disjointed? They're really good.
They're still
really
good
Because other
pokes.
characters that have more range than her are actually disjointed, so they can do it better. Why would you contest with these characters with her? Other characters
Because
do everything better than her.
Charlotte's pokes start up faster and they're safer. So if you
Which one?
what?
Just her light.
How do you not
Just her
do you
light.
not see that Charlotte's 2B is
Just her
faster
light.
than
Okay,
Her
honestly, think about it. Charlotte
2B is
and Jubei
punishable.
are honestly
2B
very
is punishable.
similar.
So what are you talking about? It's
What
not
do you mean it's
safe
punishable?
under any distance. Her 2B is not safe under any distance. What are
Why?
you talking about?
Why is that not
You
safe?
can punish it with every character.
And wait,
What are you talking about? It's a standard. It's -12.
And it's a recoil.
why are you calling it? It's
so
not
do
safe,
you,
man.
do you want to
It's
get
not safe.
DP
You
Yeah, but
punish
then
it.
no
or
one's
anything?
is safe. That's just a standard. It's a standard.
It's
got
standard
standard-
recoil game, dude.
It's got standard B frame data. So why are you saying it's like worse?
Because other characters get more range for it. So why would you try to do it with
What-
her?
what
Well, like
characters get more-
my thing is Jubei. Jubei gets
Yeah,
more
that's
range.
one character. How many?
You can
those-
confirm
that's
off of
like-
it, bro. My thing is,
So
you're
what?
using crouching B. If you use crouching B with her, you're saying it's fast and everything, right?
Yeah.
I told you this the other day. She has the same problem Basara does. 5B is really good, but all you have to do is jump, and she's gonna die for it. And then what
Basara's
does she
no
have to
good
get
gun
out?
I was gonna
Period.
say she does have a DP as well.
She
Yeah,
also
Her
has.
DP's ass.
I
Her
didn't
DP's
just
ass.
say-
What?
Only her,
Like
only her heavy DP has invincibility, and it's very slow startup.
That's
It's not a true
universal
DP.
standard with freaking Sam Show. They universalized the majority of DPs already.
Okay, so
A is fast,
Bro,
no
her shit is
invul,
wild
B is
slow,
anti-air
bro.
invul,
Her
C
shit
is
wild
full.
slow. For you,
my
for you,
DP,
child
pretty
DP.
good.
Nah, man. For her
For the
DP,
end,
it's
yeah.
not good. Her DP is not good, man. Only her heavy DP has. Only her heavy DP has invincibility,
That's
it's
most.
very
That's the
slow
majority of
startup.
DPs in this game.
but it goes straight up. My thing is, it goes straight up.
Yeah.
If somebody's jumping in on you from far and you throw it out, there's a good chance you're gonna miss and you will die for it.
Wait,
supposed
Does
to
not
use
apply to
that.
any other
That's
DP.
from,
You're
that's from
supposed to
very
use
far
the
away.
medium DP for
that's
anti-airing, not the
yeah.
heavy
First of
DP.
all, this is a matter of spacing, but you know where that's a benefit actually. That hers goes straight up in the corner. Because
Yeah,
some DPs in this
And
game,
then you can
like
just safe jump it
Shiki,
too. Like
if
my thing
you-
is,
Okay, you
every-
can't just safe jump in a game with a roll. That's not.
bro, her DP is not good, man. I'm telling you. You're all pointing to her heavy DP, but the shit is slow on startup. Honestly,
No,
the best
no,
chance to use her DP, the best chance to use her DP is on a recoil, and that's fucking sad.
Yeah, but
That's
most
standard,
characters
though,
don't
for
have a
Sam
DP, right? So just having one at all, it still puts her above most characters. Just
I'm
having.
leaving
I'll put-
Charlotte here. She's like the definition of basic in this game.
Hold on.
alongside like.
So I agree with Corporate on Sog being gimmicky. He's definitely a gimmicky character.
Yeah.
Alright, so I put my 2 cents on Charlotte real quick. So her, if anybody would have like jump at DP, just like Gavin, but her light DP is actually pretty good if she can like catch people in the air. Like people jumping at her, her light DP is alright.
The other thing,
Well, I mean, if you're trying to anti-air, you can just use BDP. That's genuinely what it's for.
the other thing with
Yeah,
Charlotte, Charlotte's frame data is like really good because she both has the here I should pull up the Mizumi because I don't know exactly, but
I don't know.
Her light DP and her weapon flip are both like 6 frames, right?
Yeah.
So you
That's
can
her
like
best. That's her best tool. Is her weapon flip, in my opinion. That's literally her best tool. It's her weapon flip.
But
I'm
either way,
saying,
it's still a decent
her
basic
punish
toolkit,
game. It makes
bro.
her punish game like amazing, right? If you do something even slightly unsafe, you're taking like a weapon flip, right? Or you're even taking, if you don't have weapon flip, you're taking raw light DP, and the distance is really big for something with 6 frame startup, right? Most characters.
She also has an Amakusa 6-6A, by the way, in case y'all
Yeah,
forgot.
she can punish from. Yeah, her air control is incredible. Like, that's why the Darli matchup used to be like so free for her back in the day, because like it's free. The only problem with her jump game is she gets hit above the head, but that's because she's supposed to use 6-6A and her DP to compensate, right?
Yeah, you can play her in a very basic, pokey, grounded manner, but at the same time, you can jump at people and see if they deal with it because she's Charlotte.
I'm about to say
Yeah.
her jump hook is stamped.
Yeah, her pressure is actually fantastic.
Brother,
Her jump arc.
dude, need I say
She's
more?
supposed to be like aggressive. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting.
Me personally, I don't respect the jump arc, and I honestly, whenever I face a Charlotte, I just jump at them and they die. We're trying to DP, we're trying to do something else.
That's because you're facing
Smug.
scrubs. That's why.
Bad Intent is one of the premier Charlottes, and he also could not stop me from just jumping at him.
Actually, I forgot. Is Hibiki's like a mid-speed jump, right? Like not...
And even he has switched to Baiken because he realized.
Yeah, he switched to bike. Yeah, he realized too.
Well, I mean,
realized-
obviously, between Hibiki and Baiken, like, that's not a good example. Anyone, like, all of us should be playing Baiken, if we're being real.
Facts.
That's my goal. I'm gonna make everyone play Baiken.
Okay, slow down there, Buckaroo. The point is, Charlotte has a very decent basic toolkit. Pokes, fireball, DP. One of the fastest jump speeds in the game. Wait, all those who?
Everything you named now and Genjuro could do better, bro.
Genjuro? Wait, what?
I would put
know about
Genjuro
that.
easily all day.
I
Do
don't
you
think
actually
that's
think Genjiro's neutral game is better than Charlotte's?
I don't think that's a good comparison.
Yes. His
No,
fireball's
like-
fast.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. Because Charlotte is a neutral-based
he can-
character.
He can go in off of the fireball. She has to block it, and then she has to wait for the button to come up from the top.
Well,
He can
'cause
just come down on her easy.
Charlotte's is
She
more of a
doesn't have anything to
traditional
do with that.
fireball. Genjiro's is more of a pressure fireball.
Well,
Exactly.
Genjiro's
But that's what I'm getting
fireball
at.
is like
From
not-
neutral, he can chuck fireball, and she has to respect that fireball. And then she has to wait for him to do something else. He can follow up a Rekka, a jump in. Either way, she has to hold it. Like, she cannot get this character off in the neutral. She will lose in neutral against Genjuro.
no, because
How?
Charlotte has look at Charlotte's light buttons. You can't compare this to Genjuro. There's no look how much value that gives her. There's no way you can tell me. Objectively looking at the range of the buttons, you can't say that.
And she has
Genjiro's
bayonet
neutral.
lunge, for which she's at 3/4 of the screen, or full screen also.
There's no way, man. Like,
Bro, she will lose in the neutral to Genjuro, man. I'm telling you. You know what's funny? To me, y'all don't even play Charlotte. I played
you
Charlotte.
wanna test this theory, my guy?
Y'all
I'm
run the
willing to
set
test
right
it.
now.
against
Yeah,
it, though.
My day one Genjuro, I'll cook your shit. Yo, Charlotte.
Oh.
Charlotte is a bad character, man.
Let's go.
I'm leaving Charlotte in B tier because she's
Yo,
She belongs in
she's the
D,
definition
bro.
of
She belongs
basic.
in D.
Let's go.
She belongs in D.
Anyway, since you
Oh.
mentioned Genjuro, honestly, I'm not sure where to put Genjuro when we have it structured like this, because Genjuro, he's strange.
I put Genjuro in B plus.
Yeah, me
You
too.
put
I
him
was
on the
thinking,
board,
just thinking
too?
about it. Yeah, B plus. His toolkit is great. I mean, like his DP covers a large area, especially like the chances of it missing. That's the thing, right? A lot of Rekka's OD, right? Rekka can be used for meaty. Rekka can be used for cross-ups.
Yeah,
Rekka
when used
can
properly,
be-
Rekka's kind of insane, actually.
Straight up skip neutral.
Right, yeah, Rekka. you can do light Rekka and then pause and then do like heavy Rekka and then swap sides.
Baked
It's
in
nutty.
conditioning.
His 5D and his 2B is gone, but like meaning his 5D overhead is gone and his 2B being a low.
Well, he got a
His
low hit and
DP
confirm.
It's
fine.
funny how Maru, so like how Maru and like Shizu, if you jump at them, their DP can miss, right? If you try to DP like anti-air DP, it can completely whiff the opponent if they're near. Not Genjuro though.
Genjiro's is pretty big.
Genjuro's upper space just takes up a lot of area. Like you're going back down to the ground. Skies are closed. So I don't know, especially Rage Genjuro, like when you heavy DP, forget about it.
Lord, that's a scary character.
Yeah, I think Genjuro is definitely B plus.
Yeah, I'm fine with him there.
Look at my son, dude. We have to go back to Sog. Yeah, we have to go back to Sog.
Go back. What else is there to talk about? Y'all were calling him gimmicky, but I thought we established that.
I said nothing about the character.
Or I say y'all as in corporate and chat and ghost. Like we.
He's definitely a gimmicky character.
Gimmicky
100%.
is a weird word to use when you have a toolkit that can control space pretty well, and all the means to condition and punish your opponent are there.
But he still has a lot of gimmicks. He falls in that category. A lot of his stuff is gimmicky. Tell me, all right. So here, check this. Tell me a setup that's a true setup. You cannot escape. You have to hold it. Outside of using Rage Burst into Bubble.
A true setup that you can't. Well, elaborate. Like you mean like just covering all options of roll and there's no escape.
Right, a gimmick. So you know what a gimmick is, right? Obviously in fighting games, right? A gimmick is basically like a Rimu gimmick, right? Like obviously Rimu is one of them. He's very gimmicky, right? You can without the knowledge you think that this thing here is true, but it's not, right? Name something that Sog has that's like not escapable, right?
Okay,
it's
well
true.
before we answer that, the
Make
thing
it
about calling things
invulnerable.
gimmicky is that you have to acknowledge when there are layers to interactions, because gimmicky implies that something is just a knowledge check, and once you know what's happening, you can just stop it, and there's nothing else to it. That's different from there being layers of offense and interaction that you have to like play around.
But you can be a gimmicky character and have layers. What do you mean?
I mean, I guess it's a matter of the connotation that you guys are giving with calling things gimmicks.
I'm going by the FGC true definition of what gimmick is. I'm not going by what B-Boy's definition of gimmick is.
Somebody pull up the glossary. The
true 100% definition of gimmick, right? Wu is also a very gimmicky character.
Yeah, I get what you mean now. So
Exactly.
knowledge checks that require layers of decision making. Wait, what's Vialu's definition of gimmick?
It needs to at least be B plus.
No.
I will not accept Charlotte and B.
You know what? Better yet, hey Lude, you're here, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
He's not speaking.
Yeah.
There he is.
What
Howdy,
do you-
dude.
So hold on. So
Or
do you
bad
think Sog's a gimmicky character?
100%. Like, I think
Thank you.
Ghost right now is spitting.
Thank you.
Every
100%.
setup
I've been playing Lude for years.
Well, so have I.
I'm right, and you should know that Sog is a gimmicky character.
Well,
and
yeah, this is why I asked for clarification, because it depends on like connotation with how you define gimmicks.
Yeah, no, I'm
But
going by
I will never
textbook
let
stuff.
people downplay layers of like
You can
strategy
have
decision.
layers, and listen, I'm a advocate for a mental stack. You can have layers for any character in the game. You can add your gimmicks to any layer you want. Gimmick is a gimmick across the board.
Okay. So good. Now we established that. The question is, the potency of this gimmick. Do you feel like it doesn't belong in the B plus border?
I think he deserves to be in B. What B? I don't really know. That's something that I'm still stuck on. If he deserves to be in B plus or just B, I don't know. But I think he deserves to be in that area.
Okay, and
Nothing higher, nothing lower, because he still has really good tools.
Personally, I would put him like the top of B plus, maybe
Oh,
just under
word.
Iroha. Cause like
Mm.
he for sure he has gimmicks, but like when they do
Yeah.
work, it does a lot of damage. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
I agree.
confirm into SSM, like that's crazy.
Yep.
So
I agree.
Dang. That was not what I expected to hear.
Are we actually leaving
Insane.
Charlotte in B?
Well, oh wait, so you'd put Charlotte in B plus?
It needs to at least be B plus. Otherwise, you're saying Amakusa is better than
No.
Charlotte. No.
Personally, I would say
Amakusa
Amakusa's better than Charlotte, to be honest.
Amakusa would cook Charlotte free.
Again, I consider Charlotte's
all those
toolkit to
characters
be
on B
basic
plus
but
are better
decent.
than Shiki and Charlotte. All those characters in B plus are way better than both Shiki and Charlotte.
Charlotte is almost exactly the same as when she was considered high med.
No.
Yeah,
man.
well, that's the
yes.
thing. Charlotte
And
hasn't
safer.
changed, but the potency, I don't know if it's
I
on
think-
par with these characters.
I think Charlotte deserves to still be stay in B right where she is. I'll keep it real. with you.
Again, safe
Don't move her.
Yeah, I think
You keep your ass there, B-boy.
so.
She belongs right there with Shiki.
So the
Amakusa
reason
sucks.
So the reason why I think Charlotte deserves to be where she is because even though like she has all these other tools, her damage output comparison to a lot of cast, unless she gets a deep jump in, is kind of bad. And then it's mediocre. I won't call it bad. And on top of that, like she can be. I think Hibiki is a way better neutral based character than Charlotte is. Because that's what Charlotte is. Charlotte is supposed to be like a neutral
Yeah,
goddess.
Charlotte is pokes, like straight up.
Right. But
She's the worst one at it.
Right, but yeah, I feel like there's a lot of characters here that 3 of her pokes, they hit her one time and it's back at even again. Right? So thanks for the evened out attack, right? I mean, even if she pokes Ukyo twice, one Sabami gets me back where I need to be.
Right back, yeah. And
Well,
then
I
she has
mean-
to get.
Right, and then she has to guess on top of that, right? And like I couldn't tell you like Charlotte is not, how can I put it?
Well, I wouldn't say she's obsolete. Not everyone can out poke her.
I didn't say
straight up.
I didn't say she was obsolete.
Oh no,
I
I'm
didn't
sorry. I
say-
was just wanting to use
Wait,
this.
But I'm saying that she doesn't do a lot of damage in comparison to a lot of the cast, right? A lot of the
Yeah.
cast can either keep up with her, if not, I mean, her 4 pokes equal 1 Genjiro's 5C.
That's true.
So before you add her on Genjiro's level, right, just like using Genjiro as a starter, before you add her with him, just know that 1 5C from Genjiro is 4 pokes.
Yeah, just off of toolkit alone, and like that example of potency, I wouldn't feel comfortable putting Charlotte here. Like she has a simple but decent toolkit, but there isn't like much oomph beyond that. Not
And I
that I
definitely
can
don't think Charlotte is better than Shiki. I'm sorry to say.
Or no, I was just fidgeting. Sorry. I'd keep her there for now. In fact, on the subject of pokes, we probably should address these 2 people, at least. Yasha,
can.
Is Yasha still considered A? I mean, he's good.
I don't play Yash, and the only Yash I played against is you.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think.
that was-
I personally don't think he's A. I think he's B plus.
That's fair. Like he's another pro tag, so he has some privileges.
I think he's better than Iroha. I'll keep it real with you. He does more damage.
Yeah, I wouldn't
He
doubt
has
it.
less
says
screen
A,
faster. He has a run. Right. He's
He's got the double jump. He's
I
got
think it's very
so-
fast, high, low, and range.
Another thing is that since his buffs, think he jumped from being at the pearly gates of being bottom 5, like skyrocketed up, right? So like high B plus. I don't think he's A though. Unfortunately, I don't know.
That's fair.
Oh, why do you think he's A?
I said I don't think he's A.
No, I said Inazuma.
Yeah. Well, because thinking about
I
it,
would guess his close
Wait, what?
Like his close 5C alone, personally, I think is at least warranted A.
It's kind of an insane anti.
Yeah,
Or
it
it
doesn't
keeps
matter.
you from escaping him.
I think when he's in rage, I think he also moves up a tier. I think he's really, really good when he's in rage.
He's on par with. Well, actually, he might be a step below Hanzo in terms of like party time in rage. So maybe he should be the border of B plus because him being in rage
Put him in A
sets
minus.
him higher.
So put him in A minus.
We're making an A minus
Well,
for
so-
Yasha.
Yeah, make an A minus.
I think what keeps Yasha in check is that his mix-up tools. The thing about his game is that like he basically creates, by virtue of the double jump into anti-airs, double jump air-to-airs, he basically creates 50-50 reset situations all the time, but the caveat at high level is that it's unsafe. Like his 3D is really unsafe, 660 is really unsafe.
And you can see his pinwheel coming from a mile away. I was watching Genosuke blow up. I forget who he was playing. I think he was playing against Initial D, right? He's playing
Yeah.
Yash. He was cooking like Initial D's Yash
What,
with
rage
Sabami.
over
Every
that,
time
or
he
the
tried to-
regular one?
the rage variant. Every time he lift off, Genosuke would check his rage pinwheel. It never landed. It was nutty to watch. I was like, what?
That is
He just-
surprising
he
because
just
he
died
can mix
after
up
he-
between going in front of you or behind you.
He just died. After that, he flat out just died. I was like, what?
I'd have to see it. That is interesting.
Also, I think the pinwheel is meant to be used as a punish. When I was in the debug mode, it goes really far. It can actually whip punish things.
Doesn't it? Like, I don't know if
Yeah.
it tracks you horizontally in rage.
But it goes far. That's the
just
thing.
goes- it goes
very
far, though.
Yeah,
But-
it goes
but
very far.
It doesn't track you, but it locks onto you though. That's what it is. It's weird. Like in rage, like if it passes you, he'll turn around, right, and start spinning.
And I thought he can also
But-
choose whether or not to pass you up.
No, I don't think so.
Nah, not buddy. You're
So
a
it
DM.
crosses up by default depending on distance.
It's so let's say he's on the left side of the screen, and you back up all the way. He'll go as far as he can, and then they'll start spinning.
So there's
But
a
let's say you're
maximum
in his-
distance.
But let's say he's in your vicinity, he'll lock onto you, right? Like he'll go past you and he'll spin around. And the further you are, obviously you have to deal with, which side he flips.
Okay.
We have an aside since Lude's here now. I just want to ask him something.
Yeah.
That's good.
Lude, in your opinion, why do you think Baiken should be bad? Because apparently that's how.
I'm just saying everyone else works way too hard when fighting her, and she just doesn't take a lot. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, but why
She's
is
not
that? Why
playing
is
the
that
game,
ban?
man.
Why is that ban worthy? Because a lot of like, how often does a character need to be banned? Like if you look at like Android 21, there was like a lot of
Well,
debate before.
To
they
be
decided it
real,
was-
Android 21 got banned because of two reasons. One,
takes so much
everyone went
time.
to her immediately, and two, she was very anti-fun.
Yeah, that's the difference, right? Like everyone went to her immediately. Not everyone. Baiken is not at the level where everyone needs to pick her, right? Only one person other than me has like chosen to go Baiken.
Well,
Right, and that's-
imagine what would
that's
happen
safer.
though if all of us did choose to play Baiken.
I haven't.
Yeah, but like there's enough. What I'm saying is there's enough merit to the other characters that clearly that's not how it's going, right? It's not like Vanilla Skullgirl's Double where she was on every single team. There's something very, very obviously like way above everyone, right? I don't think she's that level, right?
We're not to that point yet.
Yeah.
My argument for her to ban, she does everything better than every character. She's not playing the same game, bro. She's not playing Samsho. She's not following the law of the game. She's
Oh
just
dang,
doing
you shouldn't have
she's
said that when
definitely
Inazuma's in chat.
The thing with Baiken is a lot of her moves end really fast and are very hard to punish.
Yeah.
Right? I was
She's
labbing
honestly
against
very
her
non-committal.
for like 2 weeks, And I was like, yo, her UOH, her 2C, if you block any of those, if you aren't super aware, or like
What
if
are
you're
you doing?
smashing, and you're really smashing, then you're definitely not catching it.
Yeah,
I wanna
blocking
point out-
Baiken is a guessing game for you if you
Yeah.
want to try to punish her now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and she
Also,
has,
her 5C, not every character can punish, as Scrub himself found out with Warden. Like, he struggled to punish a 5C with Warden. That means certain characters are gonna struggle to punish a fucking heavy, man. A heavy that's done OD damage. She can use from half screen.
and she has, you know, it's, the weird thing with her is that she has a standard mix-up that takes out a lot of damage. It's nutty. Getting hit by her 2C is insane.
Kind of wild. yeah.
Right? Like her 2C is equivalent to getting hit by like a 5C from Genjuro. It's you're like, huh? What's
No,
your
not that
damage?
much.
overhand
It doesn't take that much.
Her
2C does a lot of freaking damage.
I've watched Scrub take a whole grip from somebody from doing 2C.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't take a grip. It doesn't take as much as like Genjiro's like C though.
What's a
pretty,
grip?
It's
pretty close. It's pretty close.
At least
Pretty
in
close.
Rage,
It's pretty
anyway.
close. It's pretty close. But it doesn't take the same.
It doesn't matter.
It's
It's,
pretty
still,
good, but
it's still pretty close. Compared to
Yeah.
like, the other lows that's in the game.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty close.
Best low in the game. It's best low in the game. Not even close.
And she has a standard. We're talking a standard. On top of what is it? Yojansen? Yeah, on top of that, right? She has a three-way mix, bro.
What are you doing?
Oh, I was listening to Smile. Smile said to put
Smile.
Tam Tam in front of Baiken.
I'll have to leave this call.
I'm sorry.
Oh, this one, she.
But yeah,
Time.
Yozansen is really freaking good, and you
Can we
low
do-
key can't
can
dodge
we-
it.
Have you seen the disjoint on it? It's better than Tsubame Gaishi. That's fucked up,
Yozansen
man.
is
It beats
kind of insane.
It beats DP. It beats DP.
Yeah. Yojansen is
Yeah.
OD.
It's very active.
Tell me that's bro. It beats a fucking DP that has invincibility.
Just come
on
in.
startup. It will
Inazuma,
lose.
just come in.
Oh
I'm just
wait,
laughing at my
Inazuma,
own
you're not
code.
in this Discord already? You should be in here already.
Oh man, it's a real sausage fest in here now.
Party up in here.
Can we do Ukyo next, please?
Well, real quick before Ukyo, where do you want Tam Tam?
Before we move
No
on,
memes.
now I want us to definitely separate Baiken, bro. It's upsetting me that y'all putting her on the same level with 3 other characters. She's not.
But
I need her
okay,
ass
no,
to
hold
move by
on,
herself
hold
right
on.
now, man.
Wait, if you separate Baiken, where do these 3 characters go?
You
That's
can put her in
why
S plus. You can put her in S plus.
No,
You can put her in
Okay.
S plus and put the others in S
Brother.
minus.
We
Make me happy.
literally had this discussion earlier, where it was perceived as an issue when games either tier lists either A have too many characters in one tier, or B they do all this double S,
Hold on.
S plus, S
From
minus.
the get, I told you, no other character to me is on S tier when she's on S tier. It's y'all that try to argue it. I would have been okay with putting Shizu, Hibiki, Kazuki in A plus. She's the only character that belongs by herself. To me, S is like the highest. If you want to add an S plus, that's another thing. But she belongs by herself.
and
no
this
other
is gonna
character
get even
does.
more debated now that Inazuma's here.
yeah, either add an A plus or make it S plus.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay. While we figure that out, choose where to put Tam Tam because I want to get to Ukyo next.
Tam Tam, I
I'm
will
not
not
a
accept. I will not accept putting Tam Tam above Charlotte.
Yeah,
I won't
I,
accept it.
I think Cham Cham deserves to
Tam
be
beat
a
Charlotte.
I'm gonna kill you.
Tam beat Charlotte. Tam beat Charlotte, bro.
Isn't Japan thinks he's
Wait.
good?
Honestly,
Japan has
Tam
a
Tam's
high.
toolkit is
Japan has Tam very high.
honestly Tam Tam's toolkit might be
better than
bit
both
more
of them.
Yeah, Tam's
Maybe.
way better than Shiki and Charlotte, bro. Like,
I
how
don't
are
know
you
about
gonna
way
say
better, but Tam Tam's toolkit is
No.
actually like
Tam Tam's got
wild when you
big
think about it.
issues. Tam Tam's got big problems.
But
So
he
does
also
Charlotte.
has
So does
clear
Shiki.
strengths.
No, oh my god, not as big.
Like
not as
I don't
big.
know. And also he's a freaking reversal for some reason.
Yeah, it's bad. You can safe mediate.
Yeah.
That move is not good.
Wait,
Yo,
save
just
meaty
like-
with what? What?
With like any light or kick, it's got like 30 frames of startup or whatever.
Yeah, the startup's
Or
pretty
not
long.
aware, he
Startup
can
is
do a
really
recoil
long.
cancel into it.
So then on running Oki, you're forced to just do light pokes on him, just off rip like that. Like,
Damn, he got scrubbed.
No, I'm trying to play. I'm trying to play too. I'm trying to play in this lobby. What was the question, B-boy?
well, like you're saying, like it has a bunch of startup. You can save media with a light slash or kick. So then what? Off rip, you're forced to do just light poke Oki on him, just
No,
like
you're
that.
not forced. You can block it like any other character, right? Like any other DP, right? It just has that disadvantage in comparison to other DPs.
But then
Right.
wouldn't that mean that's at least a tool that needs to be like acknowledged?
Yeah, it's not useless. It's just bad.
It's not useless. It's just
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just bad.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
some
know.
people stuff that's not useless, but it's bad.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
like,
what I
come
said
on,
about Charlotte. And you
something
came at me?
doesn't sound right with that sentence.
Exactly what I said about Charlotte, and this man tried to come at my head.
So if people are aware with Tam Tam's recoil option, then yeah, it's bad. But if they're not aware, then they'll mostly get hit by his freaking heavy
Tier
spin.
assumes people are playing optimally and everybody knows everything.
Yeah, so that.
Yeah, so that's not.
Oh my god. What do we? Okay, I'm trying to think what to do with Tam Tam. In a dang smile. I'm trying to think. What's a good middle ground for Tam Tam?
Look
for
at
him?
this
I
guy.
think Tam Tam would be good with like C+. You mind?
Wait, you want?
He
We're gonna make a
can't-
C
I'm not
plus for
tired.
Tam
Tam
Tam?
Tam above Shiki and Charlotte, bro.
I don't even
No.
think. I don't.
Yeah,
I won't accept
Personally, I'll keep it real with you. I don't think Charlotte or Shiki deserve to be B. Keep it real with you.
But so
Bro, they're
what?
not
put them
better
in B
than
plus
any of the
also?
characters above them.
I think they deserve to be C-.
Wait, what the frick? Okay,
Thank
this,
you.
this
C
is.
plus.
Thank you.
Yeah, like C+,
Thank
C-.
you.
Oh my
Actually,
god, this is why I didn't want to use
deserve
freaking
to
letters. This is
hate
getting
for Shiki.
ridiculous.
I don't have any hate for Shiki. I actually like the character. Character's really fast. But she's super honest. Problem.
So many. Okay, there's multiple aspects of this that just don't feel right. But this is the community
ghost.
list, so we gotta
I'm
push
a
forward.
ghost.
Again,
I'm a ghost.
I'm assessing this. I don't have any quarrels with any of these characters, so I'm just basing off of me playing people at the highest level and what I think of the character. I think Charlotte again is pretty lackluster, and I think Shiki is pretty like unless you're scared of those two characters, they're not doing anything to you. Same thing with like Iroha, right? Iroha, unless you're scared of her, she's not gonna do anything to you. I mean, she has the tools, but you're not. It's not like the rest of the cast, right?
We're gonna
The rest of the
talk
cast,
more
Going
about
back to
Warden,
that
then.
regard, I think Galford's above Iroha.
yeah, basically. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't think Shiki.
Forget to do.
I don't think Shiki and Charlotte deserve to be where they're at. To be real with you.
Oh boy, so
It's not my
then.
list, right?
Hold on.
I mean, I could tell you a ton of things.
I'm with the C- vote. Let's move it. Let's
I'm
get
gonna
it.
do
Come
it.
on.
Wait, I'm gonna do a thing, and I'm gonna move
I don't
some
think you
stuff
should
around.
move it until you have every character on the board.
Oh, so put
Yeah.
everyone first, and then like try and mess around.
Yeah, and then start swapping
Yeah,
it
because
around.
all relevant, right? So if you're putting them in C already, that's gonna be a weird gap, right? I think you should just keep moving, keep going, and then just eventually move on.
Okay, well let's talk about Ukyo then.
Easy A.
Yeah, I agree.
Easy
I
A.
agree.
How high though?
Well, easy. I'll say. I'll actually say easy A. Like, each character here is an easy clap for Sabami. You do a B or higher, I can easily clap you up for it.
So
So
if
you
it
want
wasn't
to keep
for
him?
back throw weapon flip, I'd put him in the tier below. But with that
I agree.
buff, I think he's A.
Yeah. I feel like he's like at least A plus, easy.
I mean,
Rage-
off the top of my head, I would leave him below Yoshi in terms of like not being as well rounded, but Ukyo is another character.
What do you
who-
mean? So, hold on a second. What do you mean by not being he's actually very well rounded, actually.
Wait, then. Wait,
I don't know, man.
Ukyo
I disagree on that.
Against like Galford, you just fucking die. I don't know, dude. You face up against like Galford, you get smoked. You face up against like
I don't
one of
think
these other owners, you get smoked. I don't know, man.
so. Are you implying that? So what you're saying he doesn't deserve to be an A?
Well, no, when I
No,
say he's
I'm
not
saying
well-rounded,
he's
I'm
not
saying he doesn't have
well-rounded.
a variety of
but for-
tools. He has a specific thing. He's a specific thing that he does really well.
Yeah.
But he doesn't
Yeah,
like deviate from that at all.
Yeah,
But
the
it's-
sweeps, the knockdown nerfs hurt him a lot, man.
Yeah,
They hurt him a lot.
They
I
hurt him
know
from
that,
mid-screen, but he still does the same stuff
Yeah.
up close.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, they hurt him from mid-screen. That's part of a tool. Other
They-
characters can trip you from mid-screen. He has to get in on you.
They,
I think that's where the
yes.
well-rounded. I agree on B-boy. I think
they
not
nerfed.
as well-rounded.
Yeah, they nerfed his slide, and then they nerfed his 2C sucks too. So I guess he'd be A, but I guess he'd be there.
Another thing is, can he fight Shizu, Kazuki, and Hibiki? Either or.
And he
I mean, everyone
okay.
beats Tsubame Mix.
so
Yeah,
so but in my analysis of playing Sorrow and playing Scrub, Ukyo has a very hard time playing against those two characters alone, right?
Oh.
It's not even. But see, it becomes hard when the Sabami isn't a factor. It's not even Sabami that
Yeah,
that
if you're
causes
not in
the
range,
factor, right?
you don't get to be.
Just flat
don't get
out from
range.
playing Sorrow alone, just flat out just couldn't even get to the guy. I couldn't even get to him. Like the mental stack never even increased. It just stayed at like 2, and I was like, nothing's happening, so I'm losing here,
And then goes down to Shizu and Kazuki.
right? And then like Shizu and Kazuki, like I think Ukyo, he doesn't have as much hard time fighting them as he does the other two, like Baiken and
Hibiki, yeah.
and Hibiki, but it's still a rough fight, especially with Tap on the line, and especially Kazuki's damage output. I think but Tsubame is a huge factor there. That's the thing. Tsubame is a huge factor, and then Shizu is mixed base, right? This is easy fly, and I guess wrong 2C or whatever into Tap. It's a bad day for me. Then again, that's anybody. So. But I guess where he's allocated at, it's fine. I don't know. I don't think I think where like Hao is, I don't know. In my opinion, I think Hao and Nako, I think that they're not higher than Ukyo. I'll keep it real with you, but I could be wrong about this analyst. I haven't played against a good Hao and a good Nako in a while.
Okay.
I often feel like Haomaru and Nakoruru, they're good, but they're overrated a lot of times.
Yeah. I don't.
Oh,
Keep real with you. Like Ukyo punishes a lot of how Maru's things. Like his punch alone, Ukyo like blows that up easy.
That 6-6A.
Yeah, 6-6
Yeah,
and there's a lot of the rule with Ukyo is that Ukyo can punish anything B or higher, but unfortunately
Yeah.
for Hao, Ukyo blows up Hao's A's. Pretty easy.
That's big.
Like if I see you do an A, I'm gonna Sabam you immediately.
Now that's
Once you
with,
stick your hand out, it gets blown up immediately.
well, no, and well, that's with that matchup in particular. In fact, the main thing that I was getting at earlier was with the overall character potency. When I talk about
Yeah.
his toolkits,
No, I agree. I agree
Ukyo.
with you.
Yeah, I agree with the toolkit of being because his nerfs, right? But
Well, no, I'm talking about just in terms of like what he has. These other characters, they have tools that you have a bit of freedom in how you play. You have good pokes, you have fireballs, you have reliable anti-airs to varying degrees. You have like you see there's the variance of tools there. Ukyo has pokes, and honestly, his one goal is to get in and schmix you. Like he
that's not
doesn't
true.
really deviate from that.
That's not. We've seen different variants of Ukyo being played. Yeah, I'm probably the most aggressive Ukyo there is, but there's many different other his 2A and 5B, his 6-6A is also really good too.
I agree.
And it's
I'd be
Yeah.
really good.
You can
5B is
poke.
really good, and his 5B goes further than what you think it is, right? And
Yeah.
even at max range 5B, I can get Light Shadow Slash, right? 2A, yeah, I can't combo from it at all, but still 2A is really good on endgame. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Slide obviously is a risk factor, and so is 3D also got nerfed obviously too, right? Even though it gives me a knockdown, you can still punish me for doing 3D. 6-6C is also another one that can be punished easily too, because there's a lot of lag from 6-6C. Even though it's used to with punish Jubei's 5B and other pokes like Yasha's 5B also.
So you're
Just
saying there's
pose.
value to playing him in like a poke and counter poke style.
You can if you look at people like Ganosuke too, who pokes a lot. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I've seen a lot of success from Ganosuke doing stuff like that. Who's a reaction-based player using pokes. So
For
I definitely think he's better than like Hao and stuff like Hao and Nako. I think he's better than them, but I think he's not better. I don't think he's better than Jubei. I don't think he's better than if you want to talk a matchup base, Mina and Yoshitora. Actually, I don't know. After playing Goro at Frosty Faustings, I don't feel like that matchup is. I think the only big difference is when Yoshitora is in Rage. I think that's when it becomes a factor because then I can't use Sabami anymore, right? Same thing with Nako. I can't use Sabami because her weapon flips so fast.
Yeah, Hibiki, same thing.
Same thing with Hibiki too, right?
It's nice
So
having good frame
but-
data.
But outside of that, right? I think Ukyo. I think Ukyo kind of like crushes Nako pretty good in a 6-4, and
So-
Hao also, right? 'Cause a lot of their tools that they use in Sabami.
So we might need to discuss the order of A tier more later on then.
Much later on.
Yeah.
We can get on later on.
Okay.
Yeah, when all the characters are finished, then yeah.
Well, this makes me want to talk about a character that I feel like I might hear some varying opinions on him. How do you feel about Warden then? Because we were talking about pokes. This
Warden
character
is B
is
plus
pokes.
for sure.
E tier.
B plus.
Yes, it is.
Warden is
Yeah.
exactly that spot where he has really strong stuff, but he has protracted weak elements. So I think he.
No, I
belongs to B
feel
plus.
I feel like he's B.
Warden
Really.
is the
Top of
simplest
B.
character in the game, but he.
We haven't talked about B. It's B plus. Oh, never mind.
No.
No,
I mean, in
man.
terms of bracket, top of B, just below B plus.
I
He's not in the
think-
same tier as the other one B plus.
Yeah, no, I think he's B, man. After
Oh,
playing
he's very
off,
good. He's very good.
Well, we're supposed to make a C minus tier later, right? We
Oh,
can't make a
gosh,
B
dang.
minus.
Wait, oh, so are we making a C plus, C minus, or B minus? Which are we doing?
Don't worry about that.
I know.
Just put them on. This is just put them on
Yeah.
the chart.
I'll
now,
leave
and then
him
we
at
worry
the
about it
border
later.
of B for
Just put
now.
them on the chart for now. I'm keeping track of which characters are moving later.
I'd mainly keep him below here because he's simple by design, but it really is just effective pokes and then some occasional conditioning. That's the character. There's nothing else.
The reason I don't put him in B plus is everyone in B plus has more utility than he does. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. And he gets locked out a lot too. I've watched a lot of matches where he's just flat out over.
Yeah.
The game
Yeah,
is done.
like, no. Yeah.
Warden is not F tier. I will say
Like, just-
that for sure.
just
No,
look it
hell
up.
no. He's definitely not up tier. He does a lot of damage. And
I think I haven't seen Vato play a lot recently, but from watching Froth, who's like really good with it, Warden, I think he's at least B.
Yeah,
Let's ask about the
No,
same
I think-
about Charlotte.
I think Vato definitely takes the character for that though. Than Froth.
Well,
Like, Vato's
yeah,
really
but,
good with the character.
but again, I haven't seen Vato play Warden in a long time, right? So I can't assess that. Granted, yes, he plays the character and he's taking him further. I'm talking about current play-wise, and just from what I've seen Froth do with him, I definitely
Wait,
seen.
hold on.
Oh,
No, have you played director?
yeah.
You played
again?
director, right? You've played director. The Swedish. He's a Swedish recruitment. I remember.
Yeah, I
He-
play on.
Yeah. What do you think of his Warden?
Yeah, Roll, get in here. Sorry, go ahead.
His connection's not great, so I can't.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, his connection is
Hard
not
to
the
assess.
greatest. But I definitely didn't feel the back and forth that me and Froth had going, right? He definitely was getting cooked in
Okay.
lag. So
Are we gonna
Okay.
Royal into the? Let's look. Royal wants in the group call.
Yeah, you can get him.
Oh no, I told him already to come in.
You can't just let everybody in. They at least have to be playing the game.
But they have
for
to
a while.
be. They have to be a
Well,
top player.
Royal's
Yeah, they
playing
have
the
to be.
game.
Everybody-
Well, no, I'm
everybody
saying I
here,
told
like-
Royal specifically to come in already.
Yeah, the only exception is Inazuma, right? Because he's a god when it comes to like knowledge. So.
The lab gods. The lab
Inazuma
gods are.
has seen the
like,
forbidden
The
scripture.
gods are a different story, right? But
Yeah.
can't just roll up in.
I'm
here.
a top player. The Brazilian community said so.
What?
I'm about to say, you seen Vato, what, last month in Frosty Frostings?
Yeah, I wasn't there. I wasn't there though, so I didn't. And did he make top 8? No, right?
Yeah, he made top 8.
He made top 8.
I didn't see him play. Did he really?
Yeah.
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 I didn't see that.
Well, the
All
point is with Warden, even like regardless of player representation, just in his toolkit alone, it's just a basic but decently potent toolkit. He pokes you and hits hard. It's not that complicated.
Yeah.
So like.
But no utility. That's the reason. That's
like
there.
you can play him just doing pokes, but he doesn't have much sauce outside of that. So it makes sense for him to be, like a step below these ones, unless we move things around later. But I just
We're
wanted
gonna
to hear
move
you
things
guys'
around
initial
later
thoughts.
because Charlotte and Shiki definitely don't belong up there with them.
Yeah,
Oh my
I agree
God.
with Sorrow.
Gosh, freaking dang.
Valid and Shiki don't deserve to be
Actually,
there.
then in that case, where does Darli go?
Oh god.
B+.
Darli is
Nah, man. Nah,
Darli's B. Darli's
Yeah,
B.
Darli's definitely B
Okay,
or like
okay,
B
B,
plus.
okay, sure. Put it in B.
Wait.
She's kind of like Warden, just slightly more utility.
Yeah, their goal
Yeah,
is just to
it's
hit you and hit you hard.
The way Kyle plays Darli is kind of right. Right? Well, it's like he really embraces the high impact guessing aspect because that's what the character needs to get the most damage. If you try to play passive, I actually think that's really bad for Darli because
You want to
that's
start running and
what
start
he's gonna lose.
throwing up silos.
Yeah, I
and
think
then-
B is fair.
Me? Okay. Well, and again, like we were talking about Charlotte, she's one of the characters that can just jump at you, and then you see if people deal with it, and then you go from there. Her goal is still to just hit you, and occasionally command grab you. But honestly,
Well,
I think B is okay for now.
Yeah.
Corporate said S. Dang. Let me think. Oh, actually, I meant to bring her up earlier, but we kind of like jumped from character to character. Because we were talking about A and B plus. Where's Gongsun?
Supli.
Hey,
I say put him at A.
I brought us A.
Straight up.
Hey,
Bro, she's on skates, bro.
like,
the buff they gave her, that cancel buff on her 214A is actually a huge deal because she's another one of those characters. She gets like a mid-screen poke cancel off a non-low. That's a huge deal.
Yo, who's that guy that be joining the Xbox thing? He plays Gongsun and he's super laggy. What's his name?
Makuta
The
or no?
Brazilian guy?
He's
No,
from
he's
like
Brazilian guy.
yeah,
Brazil. He's from Brazil. Super laggy.
no.
Playing the tag.
My dude is straight Bill Cosby, zippity doodah, bro. He's
Honestly, if it wasn't for the lag, I think that guy would be pretty good.
Well,
no,
like,
yeah. I've played him 1-on-1. He's actually pretty good.
yeah, lag aside, either
was
way,
it?
Gongsun's a very slippery
Tenzin.
character.
Tenzin, yeah.
That's the tag, okay. Yeah, Gongsun is a very slippery character. Honestly, also has decent zoning, and
Have you-
when her umbrella's out, there's the constant threat of getting weapon caught.
Have you seen her run speed? Her run speed
She is a fast lady.
insane.
Oh my god.
She's a very
like,
fast
it's
lady.
like he's it's like she's skating.
Well, she is skating. Technically, she is on skates.
Oh wait, because
The mix game is also
she's
also
good.
incredible. Like her 2C, that's a low.
Yeah.
And she gets a recoil cancel, and her recoil game is really good.
her recovery is very good.
She can just choose like back off if she wants to.
Yes. So small, yeah. Her
So-
mix is not super strong, but her teleport game is like nutty, right? Like,
It's like her damage and mix-up game, even ignoring the blade catch shit because it's not as prevalent anymore for obvious reasons. Even ignoring that, GSL's like damage, cancel confirms, and guard crush is like way above the other zoners. Like it's really high. She actually hits
Also,
for all.
thing mix.
She can play
Her
very
air control is
non-committal.
like her air control is
Samurai
absolutely insane. She has debatably the best air to airs in the game.
Yep.
She does.
Frame data.
It's like it's fucking annoying trying to jump in, and there she goes. Boom!
Yep.
Even unarmed, she still got the buttons in
Dude,
the air.
Yep.
and the freaking bug is still there. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that bug the. I don't know what
Her
we're gonna do
teleport
about
wasn't
that.
even
That's,
nerfed. Gosh dang it.
I've,
have you
because-
hit Crispy on Twitter? responds mostly on Twitter.
He knows about it. He reviewed it in the Discord and said he sent it to the team.
See, we're gonna have to wait.
I tagged him a couple days ago asking him how progress was going, and he either didn't see it or he ignored it. So I don't know what's happening.
So for what it's worth, he's on vacation and he does a lot with his family. Cause I'm trying to see him when I go to Japan in June, and he's like, I just do a lot with my family. I don't really have time to look at that stuff. And it's like you're gonna be around. And he's like, I'll see.
Yeah, so we have to wait and see either way then.
Okay, so for the GSL players, where does she compare to the other A tiers?
Is there anybody
Put her in front
higher?
Put her in front of Ukyo and Yoshi, but behind Nako.
Go fuck yourself, Scrub Cybot.
What the fuck?
I don't know if what she does is as like
Yeah, I don't.
potent
That's why I
as
told him to go
Ukyo,
later.
but
That's exactly why I told him what he told him, because I don't think that she deserves to be in front of Ukyo, because if you wanna put like pros and cons wise, like damage output and everything, like Ukyo's just.
Well, honestly, she doesn't even have that much weaknesses. She's really just an annoying character rather than a scary character.
Yeah, she's another honest character. She's just a really good honest character.
Honest, bro. She's not even playing Samsung, bro. Fuck you mean honest?
Well, no, the one thing that isn't honest is the freaking bug that made her teleport
I'm excluding the bug, right?
Yeah. So
the bug only applies to when it's off screen, but her teleport's still mad fast when her umbrella's on screen.
No one's reacting to that consistently.
Honest? Teleport? Honest?
Okay, yeah, okay,
not honest.
In terms of overall toolkit, I don't know if she would even go above Yoshi. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think she goes above Yoshi either. I don't think she goes above Yoshi either, because Yoshi hawks people like zoners down. He actually kills zoners because of that armor move. And
but remember, the A list isn't sorted.
Yeah, we're gonna honestly, out of everything, the A list is gonna have to be sorted.
Just leave her there until we sort A list.
Is there anyone? In fact, speaking of which, is there anyone here that you guys still think we need to put in A tier before we move on to other stuff? Oh wait, the stream can't see the characters left. Is there anyone left that y'all think goes in A tier?
Let's see.
All these characters. Actually,
none of these characters. Actually, none of these characters.
All right.
Okay, true. All these characters except for Earthquake and Hanzo deserve to be at the bottom.
Word.
Hold on. Wait.
I don't know about that.
Hold on. Before we go into that degeneracy, you said besides Earthquake and who? Or
Hanzo.
Hanzo.
Yeah.
And well,
Hanzo definitely is like B.
Okay.
Easy.
Before we talk about the rest of the characters, though,
agree with
we need to talk about Wan-Fu also. I'm not excluding Wan-Fu out of this.
Wan-Fu is enormously better than he used to be, and he is not a low tier anymore. He's at least mid.
Yeah.
At least mid.
So, first you said Hanzo where?
Hanzo's B.
Right? Yeah.
B.
Yeah, easy B. Yeah, easy B.
Yeah.
When he gets rage, then he'll shoot up like 2 tiers.
Yeah, when he gets rage, he's a fucking.
When he's in rage, he is a warrior character.
The thing about Hanzo Rage is actually a lot of characters have ways around it, and even if you don't, most characters have a disjoint hurt box that they can use to cheese it. Right?
Cheese what? Like try to poke over it?
No, you don't know. You poke it with a disjoint hurt box. So like Amakusa's 2A is a good example, and you get knocked down on purpose so that you run his rage out and he can't OP you for full screen. So that's one way to deal with.
I mean, that's a way. That's a very
another way that I take note of it is you can JD. I think Inazuma seen me do it one time. You can JD. You can JD the Slinky and then get hit with the last hit, so he can't mix you up, and then lie there.
I get hit, I straight up just stance break. It's like, oh, you want to cross me up? Just go ahead.
But the thing is, but that's only if they're running at you.
That's risky, right?
Yeah, exactly. Smart Hanzo will stop.
Yeah, smart Hanzos actually make Rage Slinky problematic.
I usually do it on the last hit though. with the
Yeah,
JV.
yeah.
By the way, you guys notice how all of
exactly.
this counterplay revolves around like wasting his time rather than like directly addressing
Yeah,
the issue.
yeah.
like,
That's actually.
just in general.
There's no
That's why I
downplay
literally-
at all. Like,
Nah, from what I see, the most efficient way is JDing the first several hits and then getting hit with the last one. So then if they 6-6 you, then it whiffs completely, right? And then you just lie there, and they have to guess on the roll.
yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true. Another smart Hanzo, if they're, I'm sorry.
Honestly, part
like-
of me wants to make him the bottom of B plus.
Yeah,
Just for that
what I
alone.
was trying to say is like, if they know that you're about to do that, sometimes you could get hit out of that, even though you got hit with the slinky, and you get hit, you can still get juggled. There is
Yeah, there's
still
still
a
a
juggle
juggle
state
point.
in that. Like
but
they can do like,
so you gotta, but it's really low, and the chances of Hanzo doing it is really slim. So if you want to slim your chances of being juggled, then yeah, you can get hit with the last part, but they don't get nothing from it. It's really nothing. It's minuscule. Not enough for you to be like, oh my god, it's so much damage.
sometimes, yeah, there's no damage, but I may lose damage, but I can still apply pressure with Hanzo.
Yeah, but but if you look at it, but in the drawback, you've gained a bunch of rage from JDing the slinky in the first half, and then you get hit with the last one. They don't get the hit. You lie there and you waste their bar. They have to guess the mix. They guess wrong. They do it over again, right? And you have to reset the whole thing again. They guess correct, and what are they gonna do? Run up and command grab you? You just back up.
Is it outlandish to have him the bottom of B plus?
Yes, he needs to
Yes.
be in B.
Yeah, he needs to be
How
in
about
B.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he needs to be in B.
Yes.
He's cool, but he still struggles. Like no combos.
Struggles,
It's
quote,
like
unquote.
he still struggles. It's like he's running around trying to create offense with against different characters.
Well, he's built to be hit and run, and he's low key a grappler too.
So B-boy, put it to you like this, right? Hanzo, there's a lot of high level play that's based around him that ultimately, like, he just flat out kind of loses. A lot of the characters, if you do this kind of play with him, just kind of loses, right? Especially his log, right? His log is not very good. So I don't know. He definitely deserves to be in B.
Yeah, there are a few
Alright,
good things
I will
about
keep
him.
him
Like
there.
he got his poke with his 5B, like for his 5D. He can also do the anti Arizona drop. But like Ghost said, yeah, his log is not good.
Yeah, it's well, so what I seen recently, who was it? I think it's Gamer Bear, right? I seen him do heavy slash. The Hanzo player logged. Gamer Bear slid underneath the log and punished him after. I was like, what? Okay. you could just block it. Yeah, you could have just blocked it and got the SSM punch, but stylish too.
Like easily see whether it's like going for a low or high, like high,
Yeah,
like,
and-
bit
and-
later than the low.
And if you have keen eyes, you can react to all of his disappearing out. Because this puff of smoke is not very fast before he appears.
Yeah.
If you want to do like a case, if I do heavy slash and you log it and you choose the ground one where he pops up from the ground, I can Sabami you before you appear. And if I do
Wait,
Sabami, you collide immediately with Sabami. It's almost instant.
And, you know, you could
Hanzo.
do those for
No
long.
longer with
Also,
Hanzo.
Yeah, if you do air log, right, and then you can just practically just run underneath it.
Thrusty, it's not. That wasn't the intention. We still need to rank these two. It's not just because they're bald. Sorry.
I personally don't think Earthquake is C. I keep
No,
Well, no,
Earthquake
I'm
is-
saying we
that's
still need to
what
rank
it
them.
is.
Definitely not C.
Where's
At
Earthquake?
the moment.
Earthquake is B.
I think he's B. Yeah, I
B.
think he's B. I agree.
And then Wan-Fu, and we'll talk about order in a second.
Also B.
Wan-Fu, no, Wan-Fu is better than B. Wan-Fu is at B+. Wan-Fu is
Wan-Fu?
actually really solid shit
Nah,
now. Yes.
nah,
you're wild.
No,
I
man.
played 250 games of stupid Wan-Fu, and he actually has really good shit. Like,
No, man.
unarmed
No,
unarmed
man.
strike throw. Unarmed strike throw is actually actually the gas. It actually is completely legitimate.
Like
he has an S66A in the game. It's so much better than like.
Bro.
Yeah, so what? Everybody needs to get in. Like,
yeah, he has to get in with nothing but his fists, my man.
But here's the thing: he's built to be that character.
You wanna know? You wanna know why? You wanna know why he doesn't deserve to be in B? Because me and Soro played a match and he played Wan-Fu, and every time he tried to get in, he'd do the punch and he blown up.
Yeah, you can actually punish the punch.
Yeah, because Ukyo has huge lows, right?
Yeah, but no, I don't think he's B plus, bro. He has too many bombs. He has counterpick either. He's a counterpick character.
I think it's B.
He can win against certain characters, but he's not a good character, man.
Yeah,
Maybe he's the border, but he's another.
Why is he bad? Why is he bad versus not good? Why is he bad?
Low run speed.
Okay, fucking pillar toss.
He's not.
Nah, I don't think he's in the front there, my friend.
Like,
nah, bro.
He has a Shizu JC.
Nah, bro. You guys are wild.
Honestly,
utility-wise, he's also kind of bad.
Yeah, as the Wan-Fu player here, man, I put him at B minus, man.
Yeah,
okay. No, hold on. Before we go down that silly road.
He's a counter character, man. He has good matchups, and the best thing about him is his neutral, the range he gets. But characters blow that up, man. Like,
you
I have
would
to condition
put Wan-Fu below all of these characters?
No, Shiki and Charlotte go under him.
Yeah.
Okay, I shouldn't have asked.
For now, right?
Also, howdy, Nick. I summarized earlier that Iroha, she has, Sneku in the chat. She has like pretty prominent strengths, but they also double as her weakness. Her movement is like her biggest strength and her biggest weakness, to where it makes her awkward to play. So it starts to come down to like a matchup thing. Wait, well, oh howdy, where is Bubba?
Well,
tell him to get in here.
You can get Bubba in here if you want.
Come on, Bubba.
Yeah, get Bubba.
Yo.
I was just talking about him earlier. Okay, so before we go into Sorrow's tomfoolery, are we just putting all of these characters in C tier? Actually, hold on. Wait a minute. Why is Rimu left here?
Except Rimu.
Yeah, why is Rimu? Yeah, nice freaking try.
Rimu is at least B. Rimu is at least B.
What?
At least B.
At
least B.
Rimu is not on the same tier.
Rimu got setups. I say B plus. I say
B plus.
She's like a low B plus.
Alright, so forget the setups. Well, she got
cutting ties.
I'll let Inazuma speak for herself.
Let Inazuma speak
for herself.
No, I'm just trolling. She's decent.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
She's like B, I guess. She suffers against. The thing about her, she's like one of those not gatekeeper. She's like, I'm not saying she's a gatekeeper, but like, she's one of the weird characters where she will suffer against everybody above a certain tier. And no, it's inverse. She'll suffer against everybody below a certain tier, but do decently okay against everybody above. Like, for example, if you put her at the top of B, right? Just put her in front of Wan-Fu for now, right? And with the exception of, let me see here. With the exception of like a couple characters in B plus, she can go toe to toe with like, she can do okay against everybody in the tiers above. But like, she'll lose to everybody else below her, including like with like Sogetsu. I'm just gonna conclude Sogetsu and like Galford and like Amakusa, right? And then Gongsun, right? Like, there's a couple characters she'll just lose to, but like everyone she can play, she can mingle, right? But all these ton of characters in the low tiers, like she'll just straight up die. Right? Wan-Fu kind of messes with her. Earthquake messes with her. Basara, Cham Cham.
Her being the top of B tier seems to balance out having such an awkward matchup.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying all that. All I just said has nothing to do with her tier placement. I'm just talking about the weird thing about her, right? So she can keep up with some of the top tiers, but like the bot. She loses a lot to a lot of the lower tiers. In terms of strength, she doesn't really hang with DP plus, so she just like be like around B, right? Like, and the thing is, it's hard. You guys really shouldn't ask me because I'm like always poking holes and like putting shit out there to like knowledge check people, right? So it's really hard to say like how good this character is because I'm playing the player for the most part. So it's a little hard for me to say where she is on the counter, especially when I'm ranking her. And also keep in mind, I don't play Rimu like most of other Rimu players, right? So
well, because you're one of the only people with the most knowledge on Rimu anyway.
Yeah, you have the most
like,
knowledge, and the knowledge works.
I don't play her the same way as most people play Rimu, right? Even the other Rimu, play Rimu. Like, look at the Japanese Rimu, right? They don't play the way I do. Right? So.
Yeah, I was about to say, if the reaction is like on point, then they can't really jump at Rimu much.
Yeah,
Rimu's toolkit is too solid to not be anywhere like below, or to be anywhere below B. Like she.
No. Yeah, I agree. I think
she
she's
belongs
a B.
here.
Trolling aside, she's a B.
I'm trying to think. Should we try to order stuff now, or are y'all really considering making more tiers?
I have an objection to one character. I have an objection.
Wait,
I have
hold
an
on.
objection.
Wait, you have an objection?
Well,
What?
Kyoshiro is not C. He's at least B.
Kyoshiro is.
Honestly, I agree with that.
We haven't placed them yet.
Oh,
Is he on the screen?
Yeah, but let's start from Rimu first, because we just put all of them on the list just to put them on the list.
okay, so
Rimu's at B. Wan-Fu is at B minus, man.
so
Wan-Fu's a
you
B
do
minus.
want to add another tier?
Yeah,
Yes.
you have to.
The
You
tier?
have to.
I don't know.
We have to add
just
another
agreed
tier?
to put we just agreed to put every character on
I
on the
agree
tier
to
list. We
add
just start
another
ordering them.
B is getting a little fat, and you do
Okay,
like, split it
no,
up.
this is again the thing of like, oh, there's too many characters in one tier. Oh my god, you guys. This. Y'all are driving me nuts. But I'll add one.
We still didn't even put EQ. We still didn't even put Earthquake. We just put
Wait,
them on
I
the
thought-
list. Just to put every character on the list.
No, I thought y'all
We
said
haven't even
Earthquake and
discussed where he
me.
belongs.
I thought y'all said
Nobody
Earthquake
said
and
why.
me.
Nobody said why. Y'all just put them there.
I mean,
I feel like Earthquake's problems are self-explanatory.
yeah, like
I got
he,
no-
well,
Yes.
because
JC!
well, he's the biggest extreme of like big buttons.
But his air pokes are good though, man. His air pokes jump B, jump C.
Yeah, I mean like all his
But
pokes
Always
in general.
jump Bs, and you can't use it
Well, it's
immediately.
Quake's
Yeah.
biggest
They're both
issue
Yep.
is that he can't get a life lead back at all. Because not even just his walk speed, but just his frame data, it's really easy to just mash against Earthquake, and then he has to do something stupid like instant air butt.
Yeah, he
Or
can't really
his overheads
bully
and stuff, right?
his way in from a life deficit. Honestly.
Like the way Cotier used to play, that guy used to play like he really put his heart on his sleeve with the mix-ups, right?
Yeah, Cotier definitely.
You should think. So, question: Who you think Cotier is better than the initial drive?
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. For
Yes,
sure. So
yes.
I'm sorry, Initial, if you're
Sorry.
watching, but Cotier.
Okay, so I was about to say, here's the thing where initial drive says that there's like a triangle window, a space
Yes.
where Earthquake can like hit you from, whether it be like JC, JB, or pretty much any other move that he has. I forgot what he said earlier, but there's a triangle space that Earthquake can use.
Yeah.
Also, I believe Mikey was trying to say something.
Maki is muted, I believe.
Yeah. Sorry
Oh.
about that. I think Earthquake should be maybe on the B. I mean, if we're gonna go the way of B plus, B and B minus, I would say that he would be the first, the gatekeeper in between B minus and B. I would say that.
I think that's fair.
But I don't know which way we're gonna go with this. Like S,
Okay.
A plus, A minus.
Okay,
I don't know.
so right now the B tier, the only characters that we actually agreed to be on B tier is Rimu, Hanzo, Darli, and Warden. Every other character that's on B, we still don't know where we're still gonna place. And every character beneath them on C, we also still haven't actually said where they belong.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. This B needs to be spread out. Yeah.
Yeah. So Maki's saying B minus. I was messing with Earthquake a bit. I don't think he's better than Wan-Fu personally.
I agree.
I think those GC characters all go on B minus.
Yeah, like I put Wan-Fu at B minus, and I'll put, I guess, Earthquake beneath him because I don't think he's better than Wan-Fu.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Oh, okay, sorry. Scrub, Bubba said he hates you for you not answering his phone call. I think that's what he said.
Yeah, alright.
Also,
They're all hardworking, man. I'm busy, okay?
okay, sorry.
Quality content
Also,
forever.
wait. So, is everyone for realsies on board with adding a B minus tier?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
For who? Wan-Fu, and that's it.
Wan-Fu and Earthquake.
Earthquake.
For
The other.
I don't agree with Wan-Fu, but the people of programs.
I do not like this structure.
In
Oh.
Saul's case, Shiki and Charlotte as well.
We don't want to deal. We don't want to deal with your jankiness, b-boy.
With my jankiness of,
Nobody wants to deal with your jank.
I'm
wanna-
gonna disregard that.
You're gonna put
Um,
dysfunctional tier. Like, huh?
This is democracy, b-boy.
Oh,
People
that's
have
why
spoken.
I'm agreeing. I'm just stating that this makes me uncomfortable.
We can put a McRib tier.
What would that even mean?
No, not the
What?
Big rib nasty, baby.
Why did I agree to this? Leave me alone.
To give it to you. It's been years. Never letting that McRib saga down, bro.
I'm glad to make y'all happy. Wan-Fu and Earthquake. Yeah, Earthquake is buttons. Honestly, well, there's some commitment to it, but he's very like if you're not like going in and like enforcing command grab and stuff, he's really just very hit and run, hippity hoppity. Run into these buttons, please. That's Earthquake.
Cham Cham and B minus or B?
No,
Honestly,
we're
Cham
still
Cham
moving.
and
We're
Kyo.
still moving. We said
Well-
Shiki and Charlotte go to C.
Yeah,
What?
can you drop those two characters down, please? Because I'm tired of
Hell.
staring at them and be.
There's no freaking way that
Wait,
Shiki and
no,
Charlotte
no,
are on the
no,
same
no,
tier as
no.
Wu.
No.
Hell
Shiki at
no.
C?
What do you...
Why?
That's
Why
cap. That's the
Shiki's at
cap.
C? That is cap.
That is
No,
definitely
no.
cap.
Put them.
No,
Put,
man.
They're fine
In
with
fact,
it.
I kind of like this
They're
actually.
fine.
We should work
No.
with this.
We didn't even say where Cham Cham belongs. We didn't even actually agree if he belongs in B. We just put him there.
Oh, well, I mean,
Wan-Fu is
Cham
better than
Cham.
Cham Cham.
Is he?
Really?
Put Cham Cham and B minus.
I don't know, because Tam
Put Cham Cham
Tam.
above Earthquake in B minus.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Actually, yeah, you know
Yeah.
what, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually
Okay.
think Kyoshiro goes up to B and not B minus.
Well, let's address
yeah,
the kill
actually, yeah,
allegations
I'll
real
put
quick.
I'll put Kyoshiro on B. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
actually agree with
indeed?
that.
Kyoshiro's buttons are really, really good.
People forget that in season 2, because the only top player we've ever had
Sugar Bear.
for this character was Sugar Bear, and he stopped playing seriously after season 1. But season 2 is when Kyoshiro got like buffed out the ass. Like he had like loads and loads of recovery buffs. Like his
He's one of the
2C,
characters
his
with
anti-air
plus
game
rank,
is
by the way.
incredible. His buttons are he has pretty good run pressure. His
His A is really, really good.
Yeah, he is. He has a mid-screen low that recoils. That's really, really good. He has a decent running 50-50. It's just really unsafe.
Wait, hold on a second. Smile, what do you mean? I just read what you said. What are you talking about? What do you... Y'all so mean.
The biggest drawback. The biggest drawback to Kyoshiro is his fireball is atrocious. And
Fireball's fucking hot.
yeah,
garbage.
and
You know what?
It's in that uncanny valley where it's too slow. It's not slow enough to be for pressure, but it's too slow to be like.
Brother,
Have you seen what Ibiki can do?
he's minus on hit, man. Come on.
Ibiki can run up with rage, and she can intentionally take a fireball and then roll up and flip him.
That's insane.
I was gonna say not that close.
Said intentionally take a firewall and just roll up and take all that damage.
Yeah. It's Nako could do the same.
Yeah, Ukyo also kind of blows him up pretty good too.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Like the moment I see you even do the animation in a WFT, it's guaranteed you're getting hit by WFT.
Okay. Also, we gotta move Shiki and Charlotte. I heard Royal complaining.
Oh.
Why does she belong higher than C?
Nah.
Wait, why does who Shiki or Charlotte?
Royal over here says, Royal says they don't belong to C. We had already agreed to C, so now he has
I
to
thought
say
we
why
already
they don't belong to
established
C.
that their toolkits are like adequate and like basic enough to where there's no way that they belong lower.
Seriously,
Bro,
like
Yeah.
I would use Kyoshiro to wash Charlotte. Any Charlotte.
well,
Oh my
And I've
god.
proven this actually. Fuck that, I've proven it.
Technically, Kyoshiro did win a tournament in Canada one time. I did that.
Wait,
that
what?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, Misocrats used Kyoshiro one time.
Kyoshiro, yeah. I remember
Yeah, he
that.
played against either TCS
Here's
or
Miso-
Golden.
Misokatsu hasn't played since like 2020.
Yeah, that was just the one time though.
And it's a local, Toronto local, dude. We have like nobody to challenge.
But like just looking at
We
Kyo's
do have a
toolkit,
top player.
it's
His name is Inazuma.
I'm not even in the race.
Inazuma's not even. Inazuma, for some odd reason, doesn't choose to go anything higher than a gatekeeper. We don't know why.
yeah, it's kind of odd when you think about it. This man is like he's the actual like lurking professor that's like doing all these experiments and research, and he could just like take over the world, but he's just chilling.
That's what sounds really good.
I'm Moro.
It like what do you instead he's just playing online with randos. Now it's checking them with Rimu. It's wild.
Bro,
I
Shiki
mean-
and Charlotte
So
are
wait,
not better
so-
than any of those characters on B. Or
Hold on
B
a
minus.
second. Hold on a second.
go underneath
So are we saying that Kyoshiro is better than Wan-Fu?
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, when you put it that
Actually,
way,
yeah,
I
I
don't
read the
know.
case for that, yeah.
I don't
agree.
know. I don't know.
Yes, I would pick Kyoshiro over Wan-Fu. Like I
Really?
said, Wan-Fu is for specific
nah, I don't-
matchups, man. Wan-Fu is for specific matchups, man.
But
I
I'm
have to-
talking
I have to
about
play
you-
neutral
Sorrow,
with
Sorrow.
the character.
Carl, I'm talking about these two specific characters. Are you really implying that Kyoshiro's toolkit is better than Wan-Fu's?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, it's a
What?
bit. Well, actually, I
Yes.
don't know.
I don't.
Yes,
I don't know, man.
No,
Yes, man.
special moves by.
If you hold on a second. Hold on. Let me make a case here. You're saying, right? You guys just admitted that a Wu Tsunami is shit. You're telling me if you see Kyoshiro to a Wu Tsunami, you cannot react with throwing pillar? Blow it up?
Can you actually?
Just don't use that tool in the match.
Yeah, like it's gonna be hard.
It's not wrong.
Depending on the distance, even if I throw right, I have to use the cross up on the close distance.
Okay.
If I throw the
Wan-Fu's
normal
also
pillar,
plus.
let's say we both trade, right? Now I'm without a pillar. This man can just poke the shit out of me, and it's a wrap.
Yeah, but that's Wan-Fu with any matchup. But I'm saying
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying.
But
Exactly. Any match,
But Wan-Fu
wise,
hold on, Wan-Fu alone though wins. Wan-Fu alone with damage is enough. What do you mean?
bro.
Shoot
yeah.
damage.
Yeah,
Shoot
and-
damage.
And Kyoshiro does damage.
My man,
It
his
does.
anti fucking grip. His anti
His 5P is actually pretty good.
like what the hell are you talking about? This man can kill you off like
A little
four
bit.
Plus, you got a good DP.
Actually,
Yeah.
that's also a good point by Carpet. Well, actually, I don't know if that's a fair comparison because Wan-Fu is designed to be weapons. So,
I don't know.
Kyoshiro is better than Wan-Fu, man.
Kyoshiro was first. I would say so.
I need-
Better range,
I need
better
to see
speed.
that matchup being played.
Yeah, this
So,
is.
with
This
Because
is
Kyoshiro versus Wan-Fu, I need to see that matchup played.
The simulation in my head doesn't say that Kyoshiro, like in 10 games, the simulation in my head doesn't say that Kyoshiro wins it. But all right.
No, but Wan-Fu, let's say that he decides to be weaponless, like he can't really jump like Kyoshiro because
Yeah, he can't jump him. Yeah.
and DP.
Backdash,
Yeah,
backdash
not-
spin is
But-
dead.
But the
Not
thing
even,
is,
not even, not even DP. Not even DP. Not even DP. Just crouching heavy. Crouching heavy will be
Yeah, that works.
all of his jumping attempts.
but the thing that I'm thinking that even on a scale of like neutral, even if Kyoshiro pokes, if you pick up the weapon, because the poke is not going to do a lot of. I mean, unless you get like
Weapon catch.
His run speed.
yeah, unless you get like a big damage and hit in
They
the
said his
face.
run speed is.
I don't know.
good?
The
That's
the
fucking
simulation in my head doesn't say that Wan-Fu is losing anything super serious from being weaponless and Kyoshiro poking him.
Here, wait, hold that thought. Apparently, we got a response from
Yeah.
Sugar Bear. Yeah, tell him to
Sugar
come here.
Bear's
By the
just
way.
dissing me.
They said his run speed is good. That's fucking bullshit.
I said it was. I didn't say it was
Okay.
good. I said it wasn't bad.
No, it's okay. I will tell you right
I
now,
didn't say it
Kill's
was
run
good.
speed is not bad. He can run at Wu. Of all
The only-
characters, even Kill can run at Wu.
The only
when she
bad
plays the
run
trap.
speeds are Cham Cham and Earthquake. Those are the only
I
bad run
love you,
speeds.
Sugar Bear. I love you, Sugar Bear.
Sugar Bear is my goat.
Wow,
But
those
yeah,
speeds are kind of bad though.
What did Sugar Bear say? What do you say?
he
Because Kyoshiro's run speed is godlike. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I don't. The
no,
simulation
it's
in my
not.
head.
It's not great,
doesn't-
but it's a decent run speed.
I don't know, man. I don't think Kyoshiro's better than Wan-Fu, man.
Nah, man, he is, man.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
Kyoshiro is better than Wan-Fu.
Yeah,
he is.
he is. Yeah.
All right.
Can you fucking move Shiki and Charlotte down, please, bro? Please.
No.
Brother.
Yes.
No,
Okay, here's the next important thing.
I've not heard Royal make his case for why those characters should have been
Charlotte
moved down.
is
Yeah,
worse
those-
than Kyo. Kyo's better than Charlotte.
Yes. I fucking
Charlotte is worse. Okay, Charlotte worse than Warden.
In my
100%.
opinion, no.
100%.
No. Oh my god.
This
He
is
has no recoil to save his life. How?
Brother, she's gonna lose in the neutral to him.
No.
what?
Yes.
No.
They can both poke each other, honestly.
Like, I would
Actually-
say probably.
My man can
Don't-
whiff punish the sleeper.
Yeah, like Warden. The only thing that he got going is jumping from distance. That's it.
Or Warren just
JB.
has good buttons in general.
Yeah, that
But so does
JB
Charlotte.
is
That
stupid.
JB is nuts. It's so good.
It's stupid. Vato hit me with that too many fucking times in our pool match, man. It's stupid.
Also with JC and JK for the quick ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. Moving Shiki and Charlotte below Kill, something doesn't feel right about that.
Bro, Kyo.
That's
I mean,
wrong.
I guess Kyo's slightly more well. Actually, no. Is he even more well-rounded? I don't think so.
What's the
It's surprising. He has a pretty well-rounded. Kyoshiro, he just has bad frame data, but it has a decent in terms of utility. He has quite the variety.
Exactly, but the thing
He
is,
has
he's
low
gonna.
crouch skills, he has hand grabs, he has like anti-air, Alto Wazoo, good pokes, running overhead. Like he has a lot of utility actually.
So then,
Just, he just frames.
what do y'all
frames
feel about
like-
this?
No way.
I don't know. Man.
One was better. One and Cham was better than Charlotte. Yo.
It was fine the way it was.
No, it
It
wasn't.
was fine the way it was. In my
It's
opinion.
fine.
No, it's not. We had agreed to see until Royal came in here and tried to say no without saying
Sir.
why.
Cause like seriously, even with Shiki with the helicopter, y'all forget it hits from behind too. You have to not only you have to hit from behind, you can't even duck it with that one. And yeah, I know she lost that 6-6D,
She doesn't
which is
need it.
stupid. Which is stupid, by the way. But like, she has like one of the fastest. She has one of the fastest attacks. It's like with the 2A. If you're close enough with a 5A, you're automatically going to get hit with the 2A. Automatically, you have to deflect that or something.
She's a fast lady. She has baked in mix. She has a reversal.
Yeah.
And not only that, she also has a DP, so you can't really jump on her. And she
Yeah,
has a
well,
cross
except
up.
in the corner. Shiki trying to DP while she's in the corner is
Yeah,
honestly
you-
betting your
yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Because she moves forward. You really shouldn't DP as her if you're cornered. But again, like with her and Charlotte, there's merit to their toolkits. I really don't think we should move it down.
Don't forget her tick throw speed.
So
right?
doesn't
Like,
5B also
2K.
anti-airs too?
5B? Well, I mean,
Yeah,
5B just not
Shiki's
good.
5B, doesn't it?
I
Anti-airs
mean,
too?
you can from that, like
Not
from
that way, can.
Not reliable.
yeah. I don't think that'd be something you would like actively go for, but she also has 2B if anything. But I want to keep them there.
Anti-air. It's so bad.
And
Wait,
not
what?
as good as
It's
the
not
fourth
reliable
one.
anti-air.
The most I'm going to accept is at the end of B minus for those two characters.
Wait, like
Not as good. Bro, Kyoshiro is better than both Shiki and Charlotte, man.
so
Those
then
Warden,
what?
those Darli,
Leave it
those
like
Hanzo.
this?
I don't think that. Warden and Kyoshiro being near the same level of neutral. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, we can leave this
Oh,
for now.
Charlotte and Shiki have to go behind Wan-Fu, man. No way they're
No.
Yeah.
What? Okay, hold on. Real quick. What about Cham Cham?
No, Cham Cham goes up. I don't think he should be minus.
Me neither.
Oh,
She never should have been downplayed, to be honest.
so I think
Demon Flip got better. Way better. It's hard for me to like.
here's the thing is that like I don't know, dude. Like just showed up and he's like really making that character.
Yeah, yeah.
putting that character.
Yes, yes,
Sure.
absolutely, bro. I would say I don't know, dude. Is hands down like
He's easily the best champ I've ever
yeah, he's
played.
easily the best champ I've ever played. Yeah, his that dude. When I seen the way he played Cham, I was like, huh, bro. It was
No,
great.
just Don't put him above Coach. Don't put him above.
Wait, what guy?
I don't know.
His name is I don't know, dude.
His name is I don't know, dude.
I
He
don't
plays
know,
on
dude.
Xbox. Yeah, he plays on Xbox.
That's his gamer tag. His handle in the fighting game community was like Rancid Tarantula.
Rancid Tarantula. Yeah.
Nice.
His
Yeah,
hand was
he's-
busted for like a good
Ah,
month. He was playing the
please.
character in my
Okay.
hand.
Now I really need to get an Xbox, man. I really need to get an Xbox.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
The pot's fire. That's what I'm
By the way,
trying to
Maki,
do.
thank you for chilling and enduring all of this, by the way. This has been very interesting, but
So like,
it's really productive. I'm trying to think if there's anything we didn't address.
Bro,
I really do not want you to put Cham.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, and we also need to change how and Nako with Ukyo too. I don't.
Wait, like put
think it's the
Ukyo
best
above
part.
them both?
Yeah, I agree, but not above. Not above Jubei. Not above Jubei and Mina.
So like this?
And then Mina would be yes. There you go.
Well, what's
Thank
the
you,
argument with Mina being A tier?
Mina is low-key a privileged zoner. She's
He's
a
like,
zoner that
well,
doesn't suffer like a zoner at all. She has really good buttons.
basically, my summary was like, outside of the nerfs to her zoning, the things that made her really, really good in season 2 are all like almost identical, except for the only button that got nerfed is 2B, right? But like her ridiculous 5B, her 66A, and her 6D, her 50/50 is really, really good. All that stuff that works the same, right? So she's almost like, she can't really like full screen zoning wars. She can't really. She's not as good. She's more of a mid screen character now, but
I still consider her the gatekeeper of zoners, to be honest, if you're fast enough. Because
well,
not only
just-
does she
I'll
still...
tell you.
Or go ahead.
For when I used to play Guzman on Parsec, Mina does not outzone Iroha.
Wait,
Iroha
what?
outzones Mina. Yeah,
What are you talking about?
because your air, your far range, your diagonal down paddle, diagonal down. God, how do I describe this?
Wait, are you talking about her airborne diagonal fireball?
Yeah, that outzones Mina's up arrow.
Okay, what do you mean by out zones? Like she beats it? Because that's not true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So like, Mina's zoning distance is like 80% of the screen. Iroha's zoning distance is 100% of the screen. And generally, if you try to fight her from that distance, your up arrows will not counter the. Your up arrows will not counter.
On the
petals
ground, Mina outzones her, right? On the ground. Like,
Yeah, obviously, like,
fireball.
the money distance is to get to your 5B, in which Iroha can't compete, and then, but like trying to get around, like trying to jump around the pedals all the time to get there, it's actually really hard because she gets like really killer resets. It is whenever you jump on a pedal. That's how Gusman used to really make me sweat with that character, but I don't think Mina is like a end of the screen zoner. I think there's better characters for that. Like GSL's better at it, Galford's better at it. She's more of like a mid-screen.
She's a mid-screen zoner, yeah.
She's a pseudo zoner pixie. Like that's how I feel about Mina.
It's more like control zoner than.
So your goal is to get a bit closer into mid-range.
Not like constantly.
Yeah.
I would need to go into the other aspects of this more, because when you take into account like the positioning and how both characters are moving also, because I still think Mina actually does a decent job of keeping Iroha out of the air too, because even if you do get into your position to where your up arrow cancels out the airborne diagonal fireball, Iroha's landing is in recovery, and now you get to advance, and then you're doing this whole mid-range dance again anyway. I feel like I would really need to like demonstrate these things, but I at least see part of what you're.
First to 10, Mina versus Iroha. Let's go.
I could do it if you want, but not tonight.
Yeah, Iroha versus Mina, it's honestly not fun to me. When a Mina is like properly positioning themselves and is like quick on the draw with arrows constantly, Iroha actually can struggle to get in or even to keep up the pace with zoning. Because remember, Iroha's fireballs, they're slow startup but low recovery. So in fact, the moment that you even lose that like tempo, the zoning war falls apart. So I don't know. I would need to like really do like a first to 10 and like break it down and stuff. But aside from that, the main reason I was saying Mina's like the gatekeeper of zoning is because, again, if you do keep up that tempo and keep up your positioning, anyone else that like is like mid-tier or like even just slower fireball game or space control, Mina can like overwhelm them. And she has a projectile counter anyway you can rely on every now and then.
Yep.
So that's why I consider like the gatekeeper of zoning. But again, she doesn't even have to like rely on that anyway, because she has such good buttons, and she's honestly a fairly fast lady too.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna
I
head
think
out.
response fair. Oh, really?
Yeah. I have work in the morning.
Oh,
okay.
all right. Well, do you have any?
Done anyway.
Later, man. We're almost done. If we're almost done, I'll stay.
Well, I mean,
we got like 2 characters to go over, right?
yeah.
Or
And
3.
then we have like. What?
Yeah,
what?
3.
What are y'all talking about? In
Basara,
chat?
Wu.
Basara, Wu, and then who else?
We gotta move Baiken separate.
Oh yeah, we're talking
Okay,
about
yeah,
that.
I think the last things were Basara, Wu, considering moving Baiken separate, and
Charlotte.
then seeing if
Charlotte
A tier
and
needs to
Shiki
be reordered.
Behind Wu. Behind Wan-Fu.
I will let you know now, as a Basara player, Days were exactly where he is.
I don't agree. I'm gonna be honest. Basara is the worst character in Samsung 7.
Yeah,
I still don't agree with that.
100%. 100%.
I would put Shodown and Shiki beneath him.
Okay, I'll make my case for why Basara is the
Come
worst.
on.
So I'll make
What's
my
your
case.
hate
No.
for Shiki and
I'm
what's your
just-
hate?
I'll tell you now. I have a whole case on why Basara deserves to be down there. I'm a Basara like player.
You
bro.
wanna
It's
just
not-
you wanna go get it out before
Do you wanna do it before you go?
Yeah. All right. So you want to say your case first, Haru? Why you think?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So all right. Number one. All right. His shadows on, at high level play are like non-existent. They're not a factor.
Yeah, that's
Forget
true.
about it. Forget about it. Don't using them or it's useless. No one at a high level play like actual like everybody here in this, and I tell you in this group here, right? We're talking at this high level will not fall for them. It's non-existent. They will see it coming. It's pointless. Right?
Magical
So now
doesn't
his
even go for that shit. Like,
now that his main thing to trick you and to try to get something going is gone. Now that that's gone, puffball into command grab is also a non-existent thing too, right? Like no one's really falling for like the basic puffball into like command grab where you have to guess between the puffball and the command grab. People have already optimized to get out of that already, right? So now that's two things that are already non-existent.
I feel like you
right?
might need to add some context for how these things are being combated, but I'll at least have you go through the other.
Okay, so for instance, right, with the puffball, when you roll up to the puffball, so we'll add the mental stack to this, right? There's the puffball, there's the run up command grab, and then there's the run up stop 5C. Right? This is the most optimal damage you can get in this scenario, right? And if you add SSM to the situation, right? With this here, obviously they're going to do blowback because they're going to blow back the puffball. Yes, granted, if you try using the clone, then they would just block the puffball because we've already assumed that person already knows how to stop the clones already, right? When I'm speaking about the highest level play. So if a person that's Basara tries to run up and do it, let's say for instance I'm playing Sorrow, I throw puffball. That alone, he's going to try to punish a puffball from me throwing it. Let's say he's not able to get to me fast enough, and he takes the puffball and I try to command grab him, he's going to blow back the puffball. There's just, or he'll jump into the puffball where I get nothing.
Well,
there's
you
just
get a knockdown and then you get okay.
Okay, I get a knockdown, and then what do I get? If he stands, I can't do backdash blade, which is where I would get damage again. I can go for a mix of grab and command grab, but then when he gets up, if he's active, so if he jumps or if he moves away, what do I get from that? I get a 2B if he stands, right? Let's say he moves backwards. Let's assume that when he gets up, he backdashes. If I get a 2B, maybe it'll catch his backdash, and if I chase him down, I get a 6-6C. That's fine, but Basara isn't scary enough for him to be viable in tournament play. He's not. His 5C, you can see, because it starts from the bottom of the screen and spins around, like it comes around in a circle, you can see it coming. He's just not a viable character in tournament. His setup's very basic, and outside of jump 2K, I'm sorry, outside of jump 2K, his ways are very gimmicky.
You mean 3K, because 2K is the pump foot.
Yeah, 3K, sorry. His ways are super gimmicky, right? 6-6A is like whatever, you know, but he's just, you can E-send 2B, like, it's -10, I think. It's not.
You can 668 with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's just not worth it, right? He's not a worth it. Like if you're playing casually, he's a great character for you to enjoy yourself. But outside of that, or if you're trying to like mask who you play, like if you're a new player or something like that, and you got some new tech and you don't want to play the character, you play Basara in casuals and you enjoy yourself, and in tournament you play your main character. But he I have yet to see a Basara player in the U.S. make top 8. Even when Basara was on the map.
Technically, Jimmy Bones did. Right?
But Jimmy Bones was a Charlotte player.
You got it right. I think the only top player Basara in the world is Manjimal from Japan.
But I said U.S. I didn't say Japan.
Phantom.
Okay.
Oh, Phantom. ABA Phantom is pretty good.
Oh yeah, him. But
Costa Rica.
That's still not you.
I haven't seen Shinji in a minute.
So like I was saying, right? So with Basara, it's one of those things where you don't. He's in tournament play. He's just not viable. He's not viable. He's not a viable character for in tournament play for him to. I don't know. And I play him. I play Basara very, very often, and I don't know. he's super frustrating too, right? He has way too many flaws, right?
But he's the best
backdash,
monster.
backdash blade sucks, right?
Yeah,
Backdash
it's
blade
bad.
sucks and can be punished from like anywhere, right? You can any character that has a running SSM, thanks for the fun, right? It is no endgame. In Basara's endgame is shit, by the way. I just wanna let everybody here know. Endgame Basara, he's terrible.
As in
right?
like Rage Explosion,
You mean
the
like
last hit
OP,
guess
or-
for game?
Yeah. So when I say endgame, I'm talking about like down to the wire, Rage Explosion is activated. Basara is shit.
Yeah.
When your
Can't do
opponent,
anything. 5-8, that's it.
yeah, when your opponent activates, Rage Explosion, and let's say it's down to the wire, you guys are even health, and your opponent activates Rage Explosion, forget about it. You're not only worried about what your opponent's going to do, you now have to think about what you're going to do, because your 2B is shit, your 5B is shit, and any other button that you have that you think is great is also shit. You can't throw a ball.
You can't shadow.
You can't
Without
shadow.
risk of being
Right.
called out.
Right? And if they know that it's shadow, forget about it. No one's falling for that. He's shit. Even if you play your heart out, when it comes down to end game, you're probably going to lose.
You can't drop a single round, basically.
Yeah,
Don't play,
you can't.
be
You
down.
can't. You gotta be on some
Maybe
like
round 3.
foresight type shit to be like even optimal Basara is struggling against the higher level characters here. He's struggling optimally across the board because his main gimmick, it's blown up. You don't even block his main gimmick. That's the worst part. His main gimmick, you don't have to block it.
I think he's one of those characters that probably will never win a tournament.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. Actually, I think Wu is higher than Basara.
I agree, yeah. I think so. I'm going to be entirely honest. I think you should put Wu in B- and Basara should be in C by himself.
I agree, and I think
Interesting.
I agree.
I also I think Wu. So I think Wu. If I was to, like playing a simulation in my head, I think Wu is not higher than Wan-Fu, but higher than Earthquake and Cham Cham. Just based off of like
You gotta let me
Neutral-
boil out of that, to be honest.
like yeah, right, and obviously you can. I mean, I don't know if you guys, Sorrow and B-Boy, if you guys have played Wan-Fu versus
Yeah, it's
Wu.
well, that matchup specifically is one that's gone up and down for me.
Okay, I want to say something. Comparing characters within the same tier and then going to say, oh yeah, this character in the matchup, I think this character is better than the other character because, like, they not only you say they don't belong in the same tier because they beat each other in the matchup. That's not logical because like we're the tiers are relative to the entire cast, right? They're
Character
not.
potency.
more
Well,
specific.
you
That's
bring that
like-
up when if it's like neck and neck and you need to make some like
Right,
definitive
yeah.
comparison.
You need to make a
But-
reason why one
I
character.
don't know. I don't think that's a good way of thinking about it. Because like just because both characters are on the same tier, you think they're similar strength, but one playstyle might just counter the other playstyle, right? It's not.
Oh yeah, they
you
play
know?
completely differently. That's why I'm trying to think right now. Actually, well, hold on. First things first. You guys did make. Oh, actually, backtracking some more. Scrub, because since Scrub has also voiced his opinions about Basara, do you feel like Ghost pretty much summed it up?
He actually went in pretty good detail. I want to call specific attention to his normals because I think Basara has the worst grounded neutral in
I agree.
Sam Show 7.
The worst.
Here's the thing about Basara. So, almost every character in this game has a button or set of a couple buttons that their game plan is structured around at its core.
Yeah,
But
maximizes it. Yeah.
But for Basara, those buttons are 5A, 668, and 2D. But
Yeah,
the
it's
rest of his
not
entire kit is structured around ostensibly zoning. So he has to like expose himself on purpose and like put
Yeah,
himself at risk.
His risk rewards are shit too, right? From what I've
Yeah,
gathered
it's
from
so
playing,
damage.
his risk rewards are like not worth it. Like even playing neutral with the character, good luck. Because if you're losing right? So a lot of players, right? A lot of players when they play with their character, they say, "Oh, I'm losing." Okay, let's assume that you're losing. Okay, I have these buttons here that will get me back into the game because I'm losing right now. So like, you know, Wu has her traps, Ukyo has his Tsubami, you know, whatever, right? Basara, on the other hand, is equivalent to like, I need a 5C, and yeah, I need a 5C, and this is what's gonna get me back into the game. And outside of 5C, everything else is like not gonna help me here.
Basara's all want one thing.
But my opponent is a high level player, and they can see my 5C from the moment he releases 5C, you can see it. And if you just know it's coming, and you just deflect, it's thanks for the fun. You lose your weapon and you're dead.
Yeah.
And
the other big issue with 5C is that it doesn't recoil. So like against any good player, you're taking raw punishes, and it like it really reduces its effectiveness. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can at least teleport.
All right, I guess.
His 2C and his 2C is also inconsistent too.
Oh
his 2C,
yeah, it's
weird.
It's super inconsistent.
This is a very weird
right?
move.
Yeah. Sometimes you get 2 moves, sometimes you get 1, and if you don't get the 2, that's the worst part. If you hit them with 1 of the blade and it doesn't come back and hit them a second time, they can punish you. It's the worst thing in the world. It's the worst thing because they get hit with the first part, and then when it's coming back, it whiffs, and they've already recovered, and they're gonna.
Oh yeah.
I've been, bro. I did 2C on a Genjuro player. The first part hit him, and on his way back, if he 5C'd me, I'm like, huh? Why is it so inconsistent? It's bad. It's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah.
It's such a bad situation.
All right, then.
What are we doing? What are we doing to my girl?
Oh wait, the
S
Baiken?
plus. That
Oh.
or move Shizu, Kazuki, and Hibiki to A plus.
No,
So
I
make
don't
it
agree
A
with
plus.
that. I think if
Yeah,
you're
I
gonna
don't-
do
I don't
that,
agree.
put her in S plus then.
Yeah, I don't agree with. I definitely don't agree with Hibiki being anything lower than an S.
So then you
Okay.
just make an S plus Baiken tier.
Yeah.
Baiken.
Just make it also red.
I'm pretty sure if Japan saw this, they'd be laughing at us right now.
I mean, Brazil thinks Baiken's mid tier, bro. I want some of that kush that they got over
Yeah,
there.
It's factually incorrect.
Japan thinks Hibiki's mid tier.
That is also incorrect.
There's no way you can possibly
Man.
say.
And I wish I had my passport. I wish I had my passport.
You have to think.
Fly over, play Evil Japan, show him what's up with the Hibiki.
I'm gonna try that.
Actually,
This is the region that thought Kazuki was bottom tier for the longest time.
Yeah,
when I
that's
go
true.
when I go over there, I'm gonna try to play Hibiki and see what happens.
please do. Also, with how you guys describe
play the win,
Basara,
whatever is
should we
best
even
for
be calling it C tier? Because now
We're
we're
calling
getting
it-
into one of the many flaws of tier lists like this. Is what is your indication with calling it C tier? Because you just made a case for him not even being viable.
Put a
Nah.
poop emoji in the box.
Put
But a D.
I don't even know
D
why
or
you
F?
do that.
No, C is fine. I don't agree with Ghost that he's unplayable.
He's definitely, like I said, he's a casual character. He's not. If you want to be a tournament player, he's not the character for you. You're gonna lose. You're gonna be very upset.
Alright.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
too many flaws to work around with.
His
and
anti-air is also shit too. Have you ever tried
No,
anti-air with
whoa,
SSM?
whoa. His anti-air game is so good.
With SSM? With
No, not
SSM?
SSM. I'm just talking about in general. Anti-air. Basara's anti-air game is
Basara has
so good.
anti-airs.
But you have to listen to me specifically. I said his anti-air with SSM is shit.
Well,
Oh,
Why would you try to SSM anti-air?
yeah, don't use it for
I
it.
don't do that. Like at the very least, use 5D or 2%.
I've jumped in on Basara and they tried SSMing me and
Yeah,
it
why
whiffs,
would you do that though?
I would
Like, why would you do that with any character?
it whiffs completely, and then I land.
You can do
and I
that with some
proceed to-
characters. I've done that with Remu.
Some,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
but it's very rare. Some.
You
Some.
can anti-air SSM with Basara, but there's a point where the hurt box for it at the highest point is really slim.
Yeah,
It's
and he
really,
just
really
has
slim,
other
but-
he has
Yeah.
other choices.
It's
just
super
do other
super
things.
janky. It just whiffs completely.
I think it's better for a neutral jump than a
You would
jump.
think-
that-
You would
Yeah.
think though that the SSM move should anti-air the way
It's a big puddle in front of him.
the big puddle that goes up. All right, you would think like,
Yeah.
oh, this anti-airs. Nope.
Nah, it only goes up to like maybe his head. It doesn't actually go anywhere higher than that.
Yeah, I did that a few times with Hibiki.
Oh shit! I got quiet.
Alright, sorry, I'm
Yeah.
thinking about Wu.
B-boy's thinking about Wu.
Louis Shen is an
I think Wu's actually not as bad as people think she is.
Okay. The reason why,
I don't think Wu was that bad neither, but just from watching B-boy optimize. But if you can get around puddle, she kind of cries.
yeah, she
Yeah,
honestly
that's
has
the main-
polarizing matchups, and she's very committal in what she does.
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe she belongs in this exact spot.
And she's dog shit without her weapon.
She has nothing.
Yeah.
So was a lot of other characters. I mean,
Yeah, but
But she has
actually
is
is.
genuinely nothing. Well,
But
I mean,
she-
actually, I
she-
can't say
she-
that. She has one of the
she
fastest
gets-
overheads in the game.
she gets, but yeah,
does.
outside of that, she like if you weapon flip her, kind of cries.
You're fighting
like,
for your
really
life.
badly. She cries, bro.
What
Like,
you saying?
some characters without their weapon, you're like, oh, it's alright. You know, it's not that bad. I got a knockdown or whatever. You know, I got something. Not her though.
Do y'all
she-
consider Wu more potent than Tam Tam?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
she locks down the screen way better.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you have
It'll really lock down the space, the gameplay.
I think she
So-
belongs in B.
Wait, she
Yeah.
belongs in
So-
B?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't
think
know.
as a character, she's better than Wan-Fu, Tam, and Earthquake.
Is she actually though?
I don't know. I don't
Well,
feel like
I
she's-
think
No,
Wan-Fu
here's the
beats
thing.
Wu. I think Wan-Fu
Better
beats Wu in the
doesn't mean
matchup.
you're-
Nah, I don't think she's. I don't think she belongs higher than Wan-Fu. Sorry.
You top of B minus, sure. Like you want to put her top of class in that rank, sure. But she's not in the same class as B.
Well,
B.
because it's
rank.
weird because she's so committal. Like, she honestly, her toolkit is pretty good. The problem is just her frame data. Which is why it's hard for me to consider whether or not she should like move up into that B tier with these other
I don't
characters
think
that
so. I
are
think
doing
she's
Yeah,
fine
I
in
don't-
B minus.
Yeah, I don't.
She
I
doesn't
don't-
have the flexibility of the characters on B. Like,
Yeah,
and they, yeah.
And every character that's B and up blows her puddle up pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know about Remo blowing on her puddle, but yeah, alright.
Or-
Remu can completely bypass her puddle. I know what you're talking about. I'm not.
What are you saying?
So again, I'm saying that I'm not saying that they can beat her. I'm saying that they can avoid her main systematics. Right? Maybe Remu doesn't do enough damage to out damage her.
Well, you want me to like platform and jump over it and then like cleanly land into her lightning? I guess that works. I can avoid a puddle.
Well, first of all,
Not get
the
hit.
lightning
Yeah.
is not an end all. Like, that's not a
But can't
default
you-
go to
Well,
against.
hold on. If she
platform.
does puddle, can't you just throw Tandake?
Yeah, it
You
cancels.
know
out.
how much recoveries on Tondake? Free fire.
You know how much
fireball
recoveries
or-
on trap?
Yeah, trap. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
we're not talking about, because I'm not going to throw it out at the exact moment that you throw it out, right? I'm going to be throwing it out when it's already set because I have to like disarm it, right? Like obviously, if I throw it out at the same time, then sure. But like I'm not going to be. If I react to your puddle, then throw it, then you already recovered, right? I would have to guess the exact moment you're going to throw it out and do mine, and it's going to just be a weird guessing game, right? But if we're playing neutral, traps on the floor, I'm like, all right, I need to disarm this thing. Let me roll one out. You see me rolling it, disarm fireball wall.
Yeah, but then
Which one
now
makes it so hard.
Now, if I think about it, if he puts down trap and you throw Tondake and he throws an ice ball,
Cancels
and
out. Cancels out. Oh, it just cancels out. We both go back in neutral because my recovery is trash. Her recovery is trash. Wu's recovery is trash. We just cancel out. The ice gets eaten up by the trap, and then where our frame data kind of matches, it just go back to 0.
Well,
right?
now we're getting
But the main point is
into decision-making specifics because actually there's one thing that I realized I don't know if you really try to do is when you get to the point where you inch into the mid-range, Wu shouldn't do trap or ice ball, or you could just run up on her.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I know. The problem is getting there, right? And it's like, well, the thing is, if I get there, and then let's say I make a wrong guess, like I think you're gonna throw it, and you don't, right? And I commit, and you haven't thrown. Instead of trap, you throw a water ball. I get knocked down. You set a trap. I'm way back to square 0, right, with the whole thing. And that's what makes it. I'm not saying there's no counterplay. There's definitely counterplay. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not like I lose the matchup like 10-0, right? It's like, of course, if I get the right guess, oh yeah, I think the timing for the trap right here, gonna jump over it, gonna run up.
I just think
lower up.
I just think that Rimu has enough tools to get around, especially mid game.
Of course.
Yeah, there's other options. But now we're getting into matchup specifics.
Yeah, I'm not talking about she has no options. I'm just saying it's just.
But the thing with Wu, wait, go ahead.
Question. With Rimuru, can Rimuru reflect not just the middle, but also the lower ice ball of Wu's?
She can reflect it. Yeah, she can reflect it, but then
all
Wu
of
just
them,
lapse and then reflect it back, or just like people say. Who wants you to reflect her shit back?
Yeah, and the most of the time, if I'm like full screen and you reflect an ice ball at me, I'm okay with it because as long as I'm paying attention, I get free meter.
I can't do that full screen because mirror is really weird. The mirror, the reflect window. First of all, mirror is kind of slow, and then second of all, the reflect window is not like the other reflex. It's actually the beginning of the mirror. The last part of the mirror is
the first part before.
So I can't just throw it out. Yeah, so it's like if I'm at mid-range and I try to do a mirror in anticipation of reflecting, half the time it doesn't even work. I just get hit.
When it comes
I get hit,
to
the mirror comes out, I get hit.
Yeah, when it comes to matchups that let people play around Wu's toolkit, it usually revolves either around big buttons that let you just poke over the traps and ignore them entirely, or you straight up have anti-zoning tools, be it faster and better zoning or checkmate, you don't get to zone stuff like some of the SSMs in this game, or projectile or counters, I should say, not reflex. Like for example, Mina's projectile counter actually is honestly pretty good, not only in dealing with ice balls, but if a trap is on the ground, Mina can actually just run up to it and do the projectile counter. It's pretty
just eat it up.
So this is why I've thought about various matchups, and like some things have felt better than I thought they did, some things have felt worse, but I think it's safe to say her matchup spread is like awkward and all over the place.
Usually not in her favor.
Like she, in some cases, she kind of is a counter pick character. Actually, never mind. I can't even say that as much anymore because I used to think that she does pretty well against Hanzo, but smart, patient Hanzos know how to position themselves in like that perfect mid-range where me trying to just lightning on reaction to teleport can just get me run up command, or like he can just run up command grab from baiting lightning. And then like with Slinky tomfoolery, the moment you mistime a trap placement, everything falls apart. So I can't even say like Wu's like has that counter pick potential. It's kind of all over the place. But the weird thing about her is just how they keep giving her ways to just net so much freaking damage.
You can do more damage. Don't worry about it.
It's weird. Also, thank you everyone for watching so far, by the way. I appreciate all y'all chilling. The thing with Wu is, like, she's very committal, you to be very precise, but she might go in the category of a character that if you're like playing cracked out of your mind, you can just delete people. It's weird. It's
She's kind of like Elizabeth from PS4 Arena, huh?
yeah.
Right.
Where the weaknesses are very much there, but there's some like wild strengths out of nowhere too.
A white shot character.
Yo, thank you for being part of this, Ghost. If there isn't any like last minute objections to like ordering or anything, I think this is honestly a good, well, aside from using the freaking letters like this honestly is a pretty good list. I think we did a good job of describing all the characters, indicating like comparative power level in terms of like potency and general toolkit.
Are we posting this on Twitter?
Easy.
I can. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I can only imagine.
It's gonna be great. In fact, should we have Scrub post it so that way it has that top player clout?
I mean, you want.
Let Japan and South America come see us. That's all.
I will say something about that.
I think so. B-Boy, since this was your stream and you were our host, I think you should have the honor of the Twitter clout.
What Twitter clout?
The Twitter clout. Get those free engagement.
So we'll
tag all of us.
Yeah.
Tag all of us and tag the Japanese players too.
I just want to say this. Hold on.
The smoke.
I just want to say. I want to say this. If you check, check the tier list on Mizumi, this tier list is pretty much exactly what I had.
Wait, you have your old one?
There's been a bunch of changes. I have to.
FAQs. It's on FAQs.
Yeah, and my most recent
look
list
at my
is not
tier.
there.
This is pretty much one-to-one to what I have.
I mean, there's definitely some variance, but well, see, this is also just better because it has descriptive words. But
I think I put Darli a little high though.
And this
And
is
then
the old
Ukyo.
GP list.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ukyo definitely goes up. I don't know why he's solid.
And actually, Inazumo, when did you make this? Did you make this pre-Evo or post-Evo? Wait, what?
Compares ours to Japan.
Relatively recently, post Evo.
Okay. And then yeah, this is the one that was Japan's.
Did we ever get Cypher's tier list?
No, he never gave it to us.
Cause I revoked it for a little bit earlier.
Is this tier list kind of weird?
But remember, he disputed when he hopped into the Twitch chat. He disputed Kazuki at us.
Yeah, he was wondering.
Yeah,
about
but he's allowed to have his own opinion though.
Yeah.
Right?
Obviously.
You're free to be wrong.
You're free to be wrong. Is there anything that people disagree with? Because I think this is.
I vehemently disagree with Shiki and Charlotte, but we're not going to change it. So.
It's well,
unfortunately
okay.
democracy gets spoken to fucking B. I think
That's the bad thing about democracy. People get to be wrong. So.
I'm just saying, we should be voting to ban Baiken. That's all I'm saying.
With
if you ban
Shiki,
Baiken, I'll beat you off somebody else. So.
please play Mina again. I'd rather deal with that.
I missed that Mina. Season 2 Mina. I miss playing against
Scrub's trying to win, bro. He's not picking nobody else other than Baiken, bro. You fucked up for that.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm trying to simp.
He's trying
to get that W, bro. He's not flying out from Canada to US just to
Exactly,
Mina, bro.
making sure that Baiken is delicious.
Scrub is a real
pay
gamer.
for play ticket and play a 4-6?
Well, yeah, exactly. Why spend $700-800 on a flight to the US to pick Mina?
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
Yeah.
Me.
No, can I?
This is
Can
why
you
Scrub is
imagine?
winning.
Couldn't be me.
With Shiki and Charlotte, I don't know how much higher I would move them up. I honestly,
at most, I think.
put them in B. Like,
I wouldn't even.
Nah.
We currently have Cham Cham above Charlotte and Shiki, so I don't know about this one.
well,
But-
what you would do this?
Cham is. That looks more reasonable, I think. So
That Cham is not.
Actually,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'd
That's
put
good.
Cham Cham over Shiki, to be honest.
Well, what is your case for Cham Cham being better than those characters?
As Shiki, I'm trying to actually. In
Shiki
terms
mix
of,
is better than Cham Cham for one.
is it?
No,
Well, it's
no,
more
man,
in
this
base,
guy
Shiki
but
is better neutral.
This guy's
Is
mix
she?
is kind of real. I don't think
honestly, I think
I
Cham
don't think she has
Cham.
a neutral.
No,
Because that demon flesh.
Cham Cham is much less
My bad.
committal, and she
I
can
actually
play
less
in a much more
Way
pestering
less
manner.
committal.
I actually think Cham Cham handles both of those characters pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cham
like,
Cham
easily body Charlotte.
Yeah, I think Cham Cham easily cleans out Charlotte pretty well.
now that I think about it,
I don't know,
Charlotte.
man.
Charlotte.
Charlotte does have that jump back B.
Yeah, I don't know about cleaning Charlotte.
Well, because again, like what we said, Charlotte is really basic, but Cham Cham is by design very like pestery, very non-committal, very annoying. But when you play her smart, you can also like position yourself really well to shut down like mid-range approaches, shut down
Keep in
zoning.
mind, we're not thinking about matchups when we're talking about rating the characters, right?
Well,
We're
no,
not
I'm talking about her. I'm
saying
talking about
this
her toolkit in
We're
general.
thinking about toolkit, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think Cham Cham's toolkit is better than both of these characters.
Yeah.
Now that I think
Really?
about it, yeah, her toolkit might be better than both of theirs.
Yeah,
yeah.
Demon Flip resets. We got Demon Flip resets. Her 5C goes pretty far. Her, especially when she's in Rage. Her what is it?
Rage
Blade,
Boomerang
which
is kind of insane.
Rage Boomerang is OD, right? The ship is insane, and I mean I can reflect it back at her, but still, it's great. I mean, she has a lot of like great tools. Her mix-up in mid-screen is great too, right? You know,
Yeah,
what is it, 6-6B? I think it is. What is it? It's like I think it's 6-6B.
well, because she has a
This-
running overhead, but she also has the.
I changed
The
my Remu goes to bottom of B minus. Let's go.
Hold up.
No.
Yeah, no.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I think Cham Cham's moveset is better than Charlotte's and Shiki's. Keep it real.
I think Champion is better than Remu. Remove Remu below Champion.
No,
What a God! What a wild turn of events.
There ain't no way I'm putting Remu below.
No.
any of these characters.
No, she's where she belongs, bro.
I think
this,
I might
I
have to
think
say
this
like
is solid
this.
here. I think this is a solid.
Yeah, you know what? I'm hitting the save button.
Pretty nice anti-weapon flip too.
Yeah, Cham Cham's weapon flip is OD. Weapon
Alright.
flip and scratch. Scratch is also OD too, right?
Scratch is ass. So Cham Cham's
Risky.
6-6B, her slide Oki 6-6B is actually legit because meaty headbutt is actually really safe. But like the demon flip is pretty ass. It's not very good.
I do not think it's that bad. There's
Oh, demon
plenty
flip?
of
I don't.
layers in there.
I don't think
It's
demon
pretty
flip.
bad.
Nah, I don't know. I don't think demon flip
No.
is that bad.
See,
I really don't think it is.
anything that's
You
slow, just like just a non-issue.
I don't
I don't know,
man. Demon flip,
I don't know,
Demon
man.
flip loses to like Tsubami pretty free. Even at like you can use weapon flip.
Gee, losing
I
to
know.
a free frame.
I know that.
Bro,
Upward
but
moving.
alright, but look, you can use weapon flip with Ukyo to punish demon flip. That says a lot about how slow the shit is.
If it wasn't for rolling, demon flip would be good. But how are you supposed to like?
Wait, are we talking about?
It's essentially just a jump.
Which version are we talking about?
Well, you
Any
don't
of
use
them.
demon flip for like
The short one,
Oki. You use it in mix-ups and pressure.
Yeah, you could just backdash it.
You're just gonna backdash demon flip every
Yeah.
time.
I'm just gonna do that.
Out of all the options she has, you're gonna backdash all those different options.
Yeah, sure.
No, what? How?
Yeah.
I think Demon Flip is
What is
not
she going
bad.
to? What is she gonna hit you with?
The
Here's the thing about
fuck?
demon flip, right? Or even if you guess wrong, all the options do like no damage.
Oh,
Right, and if she
yeah, and you
messes
get a
up-
knockdown, and then she still gets pressure.
Yeah.
And then even if you make it
Yeah,
out, you're
but-
in the mid range against Cham Cham.
Okay, Cham Cham doesn't exactly have like indomitable neutral. She's okay neutral, like mid range.
She's okay.
Well, yeah, but that's
She's
what I'm
okay.
saying. Like, it's not like
She's
you make it out
snowballing,
and then
right?
she's
It's like,
struggling.
Oh, you're guessing wrong. That's the final thing.
The way I don't know dude plays, like he really gets the he
Yeah.
really gets the mileage from the knockdown with the headbutt and slide stuff. So it like
Like you look at your health when his mixes are OD too.
It's a vortex.
He's got
Yeah,
some
it's a vortex
options, man. Yeah, he's.
That's why
Yeah,
her
but
doing no
nobody else-
damage isn't like an issue.
Nobody else is playing it like that though. And I don't know, man. He's got good spatial awareness and good foresight too. He's pretty good.
Well,
His-
even,
his
I've even
5C
seen
with
Yoop
Punisher.
like using her toolkit decently. I feel like Yoop actually does a decent job of positioning himself properly to like
Yeah, but
play
yeah.
Cham Cham in a non-committal way.
You know the difference between Yoop and I don't know. Yoop mashes, and I was saying that earlier, right when I was playing him, which
Oh wait, you guys were
made
talking about
playing
him earlier.
very easy, right? He's a great player, but it started like I'm like, oh, he's gonna mash, well, especially endgame. When I e-sent him endgame, I was like, he's gonna mash. I'm gonna run up and e-send, and sure enough, he mashed 5B, and I was like, yeah, no, it's not. He has. Then again, this is a player habit, right? But still, you know, like.
Well, it goes back to what I said
he's-
about Bubba with Yoshitora. Like, obviously, there's player flaws there, but when things are played correctly, it's still
the
potent.
good thing that Yoop has is that on mix, right? Like when you're trying to guess on his getup, he mixes up between getting up and going left and going right. He has that rotation down pretty well.
We'll call it the player difference, not the player flaw.
Yeah, either way, I'd say
yeah.
that the toolkit has like potency. But again, I
don't know, dude is more mix heavy, while Yoop is more like runaway, hit and run.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Will mix you 6 ways, and then like, you know, maybe alright, it's time. I did what I had to do. I'll probably just get away a little bit. I don't, but Yoop, if Yoop can zone you out, he will. He'll 100% zone you out. He'll sit there and run the clock down.
Yeah.
I think this order should.
Sounds
be
like I should
fine.
pick up Cham Cham, huh?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And also you can tell I don't know, dude. You can tell I don't know, dude. Has optimized his variant of Cham Cham too. Yoop still like messes up a lot with like he does demon flip and like he misses and you know she's lying there.
It's not like if you plays like 1 month and then he goes missing for 5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, like alright, like he'll use demon flip to get out the corner, which is great, but it's really not that great
What
because
is
you chase him down.
Lu's, Cham Cham arc? I need to see him play Cham Cham.
Well,
It's so close,
actually,
he's playing Cham
wait,
Cham right now.
someone clip like some part of this discussion where we talk about Cham Cham, send it to V at Lou, and then we can get him to like go into the Cham Cham believing. He'll write his paragraph. Cham Cham has some hidden potential, and then we'll go from there. It'll be great.
Yo, Inazuma,
Oh, is it
yo,
just-
Inazuma, post this
What?
link, post this tier list in the Steam. I want to hear what they're gonna say about it. I'm very curious.
Why do you care what the Steam people have to say?
Because they're still people. That's why and they still play the game.
Yeah, still
They got washed that
curious.
posse, bro.
Like I'll
Dude,
post this
just-
on
just let
Twitter.
People should do it. People is in the chat. Why are you asking me?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
People
Because
just
you're-
copy paste this right over right now.
Wait, copy paste this where?
Just copy paste this to the Sam Show Discord.
Sam showed this.
Oh, the Discord.
Yeah, the Discord.
I guess
I
I'll
want to hear what the
just put this
Steam
in
people
there.
are gonna say. I'm just curious what their opinions are.
Or wait, or post it. You know what? I'll do it because I have clout on that Discord.
Well,
That's why I was telling you
let
to
me
do
send
it.
you then.
Alright, yeah, give me the Twitter link, and then not Twitch link, the Twitter link, and I'll put it up.
Okay, yeah, well, in fact, you know what? While we're here, let me go ahead and post it on Twitter real quick.
It's on Twitter. Tag everybody. Tag us and tag
Yeah.
Tag
I
the
would say something about Galford and Sogetsu, but that's just a whole nother matchup tier list in itself.
I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post that Cham Cham emoji.
All right, it's 2 a.m. for me. I definitely have to go.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Thank you
Have a
again.
good night, man.
Night.
Good
Thank
seeing
you
you,
for your
girls.
service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
Hopefully.
Ghost.
Night, everyone.
Night.
So I think this is about good, right?
Yeah, in fact, I'm typing up something for Twitter now, and I'll post it in a bit.
So
Alright, so now that Ghost is here, let me put Ukyo. No, I'm kidding.
Yo, thanks for chilling, Musketeer. Yeah, I think well, again, I'm suppressing the discomfort with the arrangement of these freaking letters, but I think we did do a good job of like explaining the characters, and I mean, there's at least a decent indication of comparative power level here and relevance. You guys stated your case that Basara is lost a lot of relevance.
Yeah, that's true.
There's some characters that it is honestly cathartic to hear some characters at least being acknowledged in terms of like their toolkits, characters that never should have been downplayed, to be honest, like Amakusa. I think this does reflect the state of the game right now, pretty much. And then if people look at it and have knee-jerk opinions off of the letters, we just need to make sure we elaborate on things. I don't even know if I was gonna like just export this whole stream. I mean, I could export the whole stream directly to Twitch, I guess, because I'm not gonna want to edit this, to be honest.
That shit on the YouTube too, man. Get them.
Oh wait, did I say that? I meant export it to YouTube. But I'll save a highlight and put it on Twitch also. And then if people want to skim through it, they can.
Well, you're not gonna put the whole thing up.
What, the whole stream?
Yeah.
No, I am. Well, like when I say highlight, I'll like, cause the first like hour and a half of this stream, we weren't even like talking about this yet. I was gonna cut the actual tier list part and export that.
Yeah, definitely. That's some quality discussion. So.
Yeah. In fact, if you are watching this on YouTube, thank you for getting to the end of this. I don't even know how long this is, but
it's gonna be a 3 hour.
At least 3 hours minimum.
No, the thing is, we started the tier list at 1 hour and 30 minutes, so it's gonna be a 3 hour video for the tier list discussion.
I might timestamp things, maybe, if I feel like watching through the whole thing. But I don't know. If you're watching, thank you for watching. Go follow all of these top tier players that we're talking today. Their Twitters at the least will be in the description. And keep an eye out for whatever discussion we do next.